now Carlos and Ivan and Chase and Steve and Armand and Mark and Bone Crusher, Jeff, Mankind, and others here in just a moment. I don't know how I just don't know. I know they did. Confirmed. Mainstream news. Major.
What did I say? While we're on the show.
Publications, medical publications, scientific publications, made the lab.
It's you.
And
You go ahead.
pieces of it were patented in 2016 by Moderna. It was set up and prepared and ready.
There we go.
Ahead of it, the one mission to deliver deadly injection aspirating as a vaccine. Smoking gun. Smoking guns. I only got to a few of the big articles that are around that after taking my photos. I'll get you some more of that situation. But I want to go to your phone calls.
Well, all right.
Situation
Oh, that one popped on.
unfolding in Ukraine and explain something. I know the audience already knows this, but my sources, the information I saw and everything going on said by February, late February, China.
I apologize for that.
starts moving
I
and
forgot
Russia
that I
starts-
had the Alex Jones show on here over in the background, and so you guys heard that. I did not realize till I put my headphones on. It's all good. Waiting on my co-hosts to enter the area, but this is my brain. Thank you guys all for joining us tonight. I'm going to minimize a couple things here on my desktop because one of the things about being the host and the intern is you get to do a lot of stuff. So we're about to go full-blown live. Well, we're live now. We're about to go full-blown with the show. We just finished watching CPAC, President Trump's rousing speech. There's a number of things that I noted that I want to go over tonight. Yeah, we're about to get into some heavy-duty stuff tonight. And I thank everybody for tuning in. I got to pull up, you know what I got to do? I got to come over here and pull up the chat because I know we got some people in chat. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Graham. Yes, Mr. Graham, we are making up for technical difficulties on Tuesday. We actually lost power during whatever it was, a windstorm. I don't know if it was a windstorm or we pissed off Hillary Clinton and she came after us, but yeah. We made somebody angry, and so we have to make up for some technical difficulties. That's exactly right. Here comes Mr. Acton. He is not acting a fool. He is acting like a man on a mission.
A man on a mission. It's action acting here.
Action acting. Yep. And I'm going to switch over to the table shot. Let's see how that looks. That looks good. Good looking table shot.
It does. Yeah.
I need to tip it though. I think it needs to tip down just a hair.
Let's see now. Get this right.
Yeah, that's on your. Yep. Let me see. When Vince comes up, which could be a day or two.
Mr. Vince. He's got important things going on down there.
Yeah. You know what? I'm commenting on how good the table shot looks, and I didn't switch the table shot. I previewed the table shot so I could see it. See, that's what happens when I'm the intern.
Well, you're multitasking. That's not a thing that guys do, okay?
Well,
we have...
I do, but...
You're very good at it. I'm not. Most guys aren't.
I multitask because I'm a scatterbrain.
So,
I have to have four things going or I don't focus on one.
No, I think I went through this with you before. See, men are hunters, okay? We go out into the woods with one thing in mind, and that is to get our prey
right, and
bring it home.
Right.
Now, women are gatherers.
Right.
They go out and they gather berries and, nuts and seeds and what have you.
Right.
Okay? So they can have multiple things going on at one time in their brain.
Yeah.
And when you kind of compare that to shopping,
Yeah.
See, now women can go into a store and just kind of like gathering berries and cherries and nuts and what have you, kind of peruse through the store. But us guys, we've got one thing in mind: our prey.
Right. We're going after.
We're
it.
going in. We're going to get what we want, and we're going to get the hell on out of there.
Get in, get out. Exactly.
Yeah. You know, so.
Get in, get out, and call it good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Awesome week. It's been a great week, and
Absolutely.
can't think of a better way to call it a close than coming here to the man cave and watching our president,
the true president.
the true president,
Yeah.
give his speech on what's going on here. Yeah, absolutely.
In honor of that, we've got our
Yes,
our FJB.
and our Let's Go Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. I've got the FJB glass, and he's got the.
Let's Go Brandon.
Yeah. Get yours right up close there. Yeah. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Dude, did you see the amount of people that wrote that down? They allowed people to go on the infield track for the Daytona 500.
Oh yeah.
And they started interviewing people, and they're like, "What did you write on the track when you went down there?" He goes, the one guy didn't even hold back. He's like, "Yeah, I wrote down fuck Joe Biden." And then they cut to another interview, and they're like, well, "What did you write down?" He goes, "Keep it clean." He's like, "Well, I can't." Then.
I can't.
He's like,
I can't.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
fuck Joe Biden.
He said the guy that was doing the interviews, he said, "Well, that's what you get when you're going live."
I loved it, dude.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
No, but there's a lot of people that have those sentiments today, especially with the insanity that's been going on for the past year.
Again, just like Trump, Biden's just a symbol. Biden is just a symbol of the corrupt leftist elites in this country. He is by no means the height of their corruption, and he is by no means the end of their corruption. He is just
he's a puppet.
he's just the figurehead of their corruption.
He's a
So when we
puppet.
say fuck Joe Biden, we're saying fuck George Soros. We're saying fuck Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
We're
and
saying
and
fuck
Bill Gates.
Pelosi.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates,
Yeah.
absolutely. Fauci, Schumer, Swallows Well. We're saying fuck all those leftist assholes. Lori Lightfoot in Chicago.
Yeah.
We're saying fuck all those people.
But out of all those people, I got to be honest. I mean, at least we got a little bit of entertainment out of Fauci. You know, if one mask works really well, then 10 masks would only seem to work 10 times
It just
better.
makes common sense
Common
that
sense.
10
Yep, 10.
would work better.
Yes. Yep.
You know, but as much fun as we have with Fauci, you know, I could have just as much fun with Joe Pesci, you know, doing some fucking. What? No, do I make you laugh? Is that what it is? I'm here for you. Am I here for your amusement? Some kind of fucking clown?
Yes.
Huh? Is that what I am?
Yes,
No, I want.
absolutely.
You said funny. I want to know what you mean. Funny what? Funny how?
Like, funny, like you fucking crack me up.
Yeah,
damn
go
it.
get your fucking shoe shine box. We've had a few drinks and we are enjoying ourselves. We watched an awesome, epic speech
Yep.
by the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
You know,
who-
and it couldn't. The timing couldn't be better
Yeah,
for him to give this speech.
absolutely, because you've got the convoy coming, the American convoy coming. I don't know what they call it, the Freedom Convoy, whatever they call it. But they are planning on arriving just before the state of Ukraine. I mean, state of
State of the Union
state
address.
of China.
that,
I mean, state of
State of China. You
state
know,
of Russia.
But you're on the head. Yeah. What country are we? Are we actually the United States, or are we run by China?
I want to know if the speech is actually going to come off, or if Biden's going to have to take a lid. If he's going to have to go to sleep beforehand. And
I don't know. They're probably going to have the stand-in for him. I think they have one of those.
they've got to have a bunch, dude.
Yeah.
They've got to have a bunch. Look at Vincent has chosen to grace us.
Mr. Vince.
Do you have an old fashioned there, buddy?
I have a Godfather.
A Godfather. Damn it! I keep calling it an old fashioned. Your headphones are right over there. Oh. So let's
cool.
make this official.
Yep.
We've got our official.
weapons. We have our weapons.
Hold on. Let's profile. We're doing the overhead. Let's do the overhead. No,
Can you see?
I cannot see anything. But let's do this first.
Can you see?
No, I switched. Hold on. All right, do it again. Oh, there you go. Spin,
Are
spin,
you
spin.
closer?
Hey, you're good. You're good.
Nope.
Okay,
no.
now I'm switching to the overhead. We
Perfectly
got to do these
concealed.
first. So Vince just threw these down.
Nope.
These are our 1911 minis. Get them right close. Get them right close. Oh, yeah.
There it is. Yep.
That's a tight shot right there. That's a tight shot. That's the overhead document cam.
Yep.
That's the overhead shot. Okay, so now we're going back to this one. Let's go to the, yeah, we're going to the table shot. All right, so let's do this, Vince.
So yeah, now that you couldn't see anything.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Now I'll go. Now I will go to the overhead shot.
Well armed, my friend. Yes.
There we are.
I like this little guy right here. Yeah.
That's a nice one, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Your headphones are. I pointed out your headphones. They're right there, behind you, on the laptop. Are you gonna use the laptop? You better grab it.
I always like leaving them open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that's a little rusty from my belt sweat.
Belt sweat. He needs
Is that
to
what
shine
that
that
is?
up. He needs to shine it up a little bit.
Smells like
Ni-
gunpowder still.
Nice gun, though. Very nice. I like this. Nice weapon. I'm sorry.
Oh well.
That was
Nice tool.
nice.
He's the weapon. I'm a weapon. You're a weapon.
Yep.
That is a tool to execute our weaponage.
Yeah.
It's
As-
weaponage.
Weaponage.
As a military friend of mine told me in no uncertain terms,
Yes, sir.
this is your weapon.
Yeah.
This is your gun.
Yeah.
This is for killing, and this is for fun.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. We got the old, the
Yeah.
old Full Metal Jacket going.
No.
Love that.
So that one, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put that right there. Little
Love
brother.
this. This is the newest of Vince's.
Yeah, this one I like. This is a 45 right here.
Yeah, 1911 45. It's
That has the most powerful handgun in the world. Blow your head clean off.
and what you got to ask yourself is,
Do you?
did I fire 6 or 7 rounds? So do you feel lucky?
Well, do ya, punk?
Look at the size of that fucking round, dude. Look at the size of that.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Give me a 9
This
mil.
is a
here.
9 mil.
This is a 9 mil. Look at the
Next to a
difference.
45.
Here, hold it up to the thing. I'll give you the around the overhead. Okay,
So that's a 9 mil.
that's a 9 mil.
This is a 45.
Yep.
Look at the size of that.
Slightly bigger, just a tad.
You know what? But the interesting things we were at the range.
Yeah.
That's just gorgeous.
Yep.
So we were at the range Thursday,
Yep. Huron Valley.
and Huron Valley is phenomenal. We love those people over there. We're putting the video together because we went shopping for guns in honor of President's Day. We honored about 6 or 7 presidents. The 4 that are on Mount Rushmore,
It's a hell of a
Reagan
hollow
and
point.
Yes, I say.
Reagan and Trump. Those are the ones we honored.
Yeah.
And so we went there Thursday because Vince's gun, for whatever reason, they put a hold on his gun.
That was on my.
On his background check, not on the gun. And so it was
I
clear
think it was coincidence because.
because all of us went in there on the same address
Yeah.
all at once. But we came in on Thursday, got breakfast, and him and I had been up late Wednesday, and we were both wasted. So we're there. It took a good hour of being there, eating breakfast and stuff for me to finally really recover and wake up. I don't know about you.
I wasn't wasted.
Oh, my bad. Well, I was out with the hockey guys after hockey,
That
and
makes
somebody
a
kept buying
difference,
rounds.
The hockey guys.
And then to get up early the next day,
blame it on the hockey guys.
I was feeling a little hung over,
Something slightly.
something like that.
Yep.
Anyway, so we got there. Vince got his gun, and when you go into Huron Valley gun shop, when you go there, if you go for breakfast
Before 11.
before 11 o'clock, you get a half an hour of
AM.
free range time.
Seriously, I didn't know
Yes,
that.
sir.
All right.
So that's through the week, through the day. So we went there. We knew we were going to pick up his gun. And that's a gorgeous gun. So he goes in, and I take Tanya's mom in there, Vicky, and I got her into a new 22 revolver, single action revolver. Nice little single action, which is more than what she needs. Just, be able to pull the hammer back and fire and be good. She had a 38 special up to that point that she never fired. That's been in the case ever since. And I'm like, I'm going to take you to the range and show you this was the wrong gun to pick, but that's okay. So, actually, now I own that one. I was like, just sign it over to me. I'll put it in the safe. I fired it a few times I fired 6 rounds at the range, and then I went to reload it and realized they were all hollow points. And I'm like, I'm not firing hollow point 38 specials at the fucking targets. And I'm like, that's good. That wasn't too bad. I mean, it's a little hand cannon. Yeah. But this gun, and 1911s in general, and I love my Q5 match. That's down there in the safe. But the Q5 match, I absolutely love. Like I said before on the shows, I've shot one round and then just, pulled the magazine, pulled the one out of the chamber, and put it back in either in my holster. When we're up fishing, I carry it all the time. But that is phenomenal. I'm checking on Vicky and I'm checking on Vince, and then I'm doing my own shooting. We had 3 lanes, and I'm paying attention to what he's doing on his targets, and then I'm shooting. I was testing out my new 22. I got a new 22 long pistol single action, and I got my new PPS, Walther PPS concealed carry. That's a nice little gun. And so I was checking out both of those, but Vince is over there firing that 1911, and just center pointing, just bam, bam.
I'm telling
bam.
you, man, if I ever go shooting, I will let you know, because that thing shoots like a dream.
I
Special P ammo, huh?
Shooting
Jeff?
a friend of mine that has a Sig Sauer 9mm and a 45. And with the 9mm, I'm very accurate. I'm really good with it.
Right.
With the 45, I'm all over the freaking place. I knocked the damn target right off the clip because I shot.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I don't know why. I don't know how you'll be with this one.
Yeah.
But with my Q5 match, I'm dead on. With this PPS, I had to come back and sight it in better here. But at the range, I was all over the place with this one. I'm all over the range with my my little PK 380. With Vince's 1911, this one, I walked over. He goes, "You want to try it, Dad?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I walked over to his lane, 7-round magazine, and I emptied them all within 2 inches of each other in a straight line. So all within 2 inches vertically and within 3/4 of an inch horizontal, right? So they were within this height, all in line, and within that height, all there. And I was just like that. It's one of those guns with a long enough barrel, and it's got enough heft and weight to it that you don't react to the recoil. You just keep pulling the trigger. And I wasn't stopping in between rounds to readjust. I fired the first shot to kind of zero in, and then I just went bam, 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 click, and I was like,
yeah,
I handed it back to him. I was like, that was
the last bullet with that,
Yeah.
last shot, was the lower right one that I aimed for.
Right.
And what are those, like? They're like 3-inch square, target. Piece of paper.
You want to get the target? Bubby.
But,
Bob.
I have one shot. It was my last one out of 50. Right? So I loaded that one separate. Because 7 times 7 is 49. So it left me with one shot. So, yeah.
Go down on top of the safe.
I put the target
Small.
all the way to 15 yards. I was like, all right, this one, I'm just going to go as far as I can. So I was just like holding it down, and it kept shooting farther and out. 15 yards.
We need both of them, don't we? Grab all the targets, Bob.
And, I shot it at the one target that I hadn't shot yet. And I got inside of that 3-inch box at 15 yards.
Was it 15 yards? I thought you put it all the way out.
That 15 yards is 45 feet.
15 yards is 45 feet.
45 feet.
Okay.
15 times 3.
So this was the first target.
So the headshots and chin shots.
So this is Vince right here.
Okay.
I gotta hit the switch
with
button.
this.
Yeah.
With this. So this is him right here. That's
I think-
all
I think
his
that's
first.
9 mil.
That's 9 mil. That's smaller, right? This is so that's a 9 mil too. This is me. I grabbed his gun for the first time. I hit here first, and then I walked up, or I hit here, and then I went low, 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 and then I walked right back up. So I said 3/4 of an inch. That's really an inch. So it was a little bit wider, but I'm definitely within that 2-inch height-wise. And then what were you going for when you were shooting over here?
I think I was going for the 6.
So you, but that was like
So
20.
you hit out here.
That was
Yeah,
like
I
35
I
feet
put
out.
it really far out. Like I thought that was the 8.
Okay.
That's how far out it was.
That's how far out it was. So then, when you put up the other target, this is where he marked these. So 15 yards, 10 yards, 8 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards. It's 5 yards. I mean, that's. I know when you were shooting 5 yards, that's all 7 rounds
Wow.
right there.
Mhm.
5, yeah.
And how many holes are there? 3.
Can they see that? Anyways. You know what? I got to teach the intern how to zoom in on shit when we're live, and they just don't know what they're doing.
The heck, intern.
Don't you have to get an intern first?
I'm the intern.
He's multitasking. That's the problem.
I got to teach the intern. You know how difficult it is to do all
It
this
should
shit.
just be like a democratic internship. We're all interns.
Oh, I can just smoke weed and not do anything. Do you want me to get your papers for you, sir?
Well, if you're not going to do anything, then I'm not going to do
They're
anything.
my rolling papers, please.
You know, I got people that do that shit for me. You know, it just makes sense if one person can grab a stack of papers, then 10 people can grab 10 stacks of papers
Yeah.
more efficiently.
Or the one guy can grab all 10 stacks.
No, that's not
Wimp
efficient.
ass-
It's not efficient.
wimp
No,
ass
no.
fucker.
You know what? Back in March, that would have been efficient. But
Yep.
now, just common sense tells you that 10 people grabbing one piece of paper at a time makes 10 pieces of paper end up on your desk better than one guy grabbing 10 pieces.
Yeah. It seems to be more disorganized, in my opinion.
Fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Try to get 10
You
people.
remember when you could get a sheet of plywood for $9 a sheet,
No, yeah.
around $9 to $12 a sheet?
Now it's fucking.
Well, now you
It's
can
20.
you can get 10 sheets of plywood for 40 times the price.
Yeah.
It's just it makes common sense that
It
you
makes
would want to
common
buy
sense.
10 of them.
So this is Tuesday. This is not Tuesday. This is not
This
Tuesday.
is a Saturday night
This is
rant.
a Saturday night
And
rant.
it's a continuation because on Tuesday night we were cut short.
We lost fucking power with the
You know,
windstorm.
we thought that something major was going on out there, and we went outside, and
There's
there's
nothing.
a lonely,
Hands up if you think that was
lowly
conspiracy.
fucking consumer's truck down
One
the street.
fucking
One
truck.
truck shuts the whole neighborhood down, shuts our program down. I mean, like, you know, dude, let us know in advance so that we
Yeah.
can plan for it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm confused.
It was a ridiculous
Do
thing.
we not pay these people enough? Is that it? I mean,
know,
they
when
gotta
we come-
shut us off in the middle of the
You
damn
become
night.
dependent
I don't
upon
think it
the
comes down
machine.
to the
machine
individual
sometimes
truck.
breaks down.
Yeah, well, you know, fix the fucking machine in the middle of the damn day.
You saw Star Trek 6. Remember that? Sabotage. When they would throw their shoes called sabos into the machine and the machine would stop it. They called it sabotage.
Yeah, didn't they fill them with concrete?
I don't know.
Something like that.
It was just fucking sabotage. So yeah, we lost power on Tuesday, and Jeff already commented and said that. He says, "You making up for what happened on Tuesday?" Yeah.
Yes, it's exactly what this
Patrick,
is. You know?
Vince, and I were all standing down there at 11:15, going, "Holy shit!"
Hey, where's your
Yeah.
clip?
I mean,
We're not
No
even.
shit.
we were just warming
come
up.
to
We were
life.
not. We were not ready to call it an evening.
I mean,
No.
new shit has come to light, and shit, man. I don't have. So one of the things I did in the interim, Patrick, if you notice,
Yeah.
There's no laptop here.
Yeah, that's what happened to that. I mean, I'm kind of.
I looked at a tower.
Oh, that's right.
Vince and I went to Best Buy.
You did say you were.
We looked at a tower. I come back to the house and I said to Tanya, I said, well, I was at Best Buy. We picked up a couple things for the show. And
she had a tower
I lost
ready
it. She
for
goes, well, I've got a tower down in the basement that I'm not using. That she bought it in lieu of the construction company being big and needing to hire somebody in the office. Well, I just got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I love to build things. I don't like the bureaucracy. I don't like the overhead. I don't like all that shit. I'd rather have 2-3 people helping me at best and just go in there and do specialty craft.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have a 36,000 square foot fitness facility that we've got to finish up.
Yeah.
We've got some other jobs that we got to finish up, but I've looked at it and go, you know what? I can make more money doing small, very specialized trim jobs, do a small
cabinet making.
Exactly.
You guys did an awesome freaking job in that shoe thing that you had back there. It was
right.
like a pigeonhole thing where you had pockets you could put shoes in.
Yeah.
And these guys, they made it out of freaking oak.
Right.
I mean, this thing was in all datoed in. It's a work of freaking art. I mean, you gotta really look at it. I was in the gym, my gym Powerhouse, and some guy they paid to come in and make these cubbies that you can put your duffel bags in that. And I'm looking at them like, this is freaking shit work.
You got it from IKEA.
No, he handmade it, but he
handmade
instead
a
of
piece
like
of shit.
datoing in the shelves, he just nailed them in with brad nails, and you can see where there's freaking pulling out and coming apart. It's like,
Wow.
Yeah,
these
guys do freaking good work.
It.
I mean, if you know anything about construction or building cabinetry and that, these guys do a damn good job. I'm freaking impressed. No.
Thank you.
So
What's that old saying? Glue it and screw it.
Glue it and screw it. And so we did. We glued it and screwed it. So that's going to be, so our alternative channel is the Man Cave Makers. Vince is almost finished. We're going to go install that shoe cabinet. Patrick's actually going to help us because he's going to help us with the flooring.
I'm going to do the flooring
in there, and we're going to finish up this master closet with this oak inset shoebox. So we got a little bit of video footage to do. He's almost done with the Super Bowl party trophies that we bought the trophies, but he did the chili. He made actual chili to go inside the pots, and he did the
it's plastic chili.
Tell you what, I think they look pretty delicious.
It looks pretty damn good.
Hey, on the video I said,
like if that was a little cup full of chili,
dude, if you had the video ready, I would be like, Vince, play it, because I'm like, can you eat it? And he's like, no, you can't eat it. You can't eat it.
No,
so
can't fucking eat it.
No, you can't fucking eat it. So we've got those videos ready, almost ready to go. Vince is finishing those up. So we got some stuff coming from Man Cave Makers that we make a ton of stuff. Vince, Rob was here. We made this table out of reclaimed wood from a house we tore down. This podcast table that we've done is from a house we tore down.
Rob ripped that fucking kitchen wall.
Yeah.
It was like a 1940s bomb shelter kitchen, so it was all cinder blocked in. Rob ripped that all out with his fucking truck.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. He grabbed
the
hold of it
walls
and
down.
with a chain and just fucking pulled it. It's crazy. This I have this video mostly done. We got to do a little bit of editing, I think, right? But when I made this sign, this is all reclaimed wood here. These pieces of acrylic are reclaimed by me because they were sitting here in the barn from when Dad built and operated the barn. Then when I took over, I've gone through the inventory stuff.
Right?
I think so. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know what they were. I just know that they're like 16 by 16 squares of acrylic, and I cut them and made them. So almost everything we do here is some kind of reclaim. I mean, this microphone and microphone stands we bought, get online. But this piece of wood, this
reclaim these. I'm going to correct you. These are from recycled soda cans.
So even these strips right here in between the foam. So we get the foam, online, and we even got a little video on that of them expanding because they come. Grab one of those, Vince. Grab one of the little packs.
Yeah, it's sandwiched in about like a half-inch thick, and there's like 50 of them in there, right?
It comes 48, so there's 24 in each
Okay.
pack.
Yeah, right. So damn close.
So these are an inch tall when they expand, and they come like this. So there are these 12 by 12 squares.
There it is. There. See?
Come in a go to overhead. Oh, that's no. Sorry.
Interns
Fucking
fucking
intern.
up again.
See it?
Yeah, there it is. There. Yeah. Well, there's 50 of these things in there.
Yeah, so it's a
All right, 48. You want
40,
to
it's
be-
it's
all right.
it's just shy of a fuck ton. It's a shit load. I don't know.
Something like that. Well,
What'd you do?
Let's see if I can get it.
He's knocking shit
okay,
over.
You got close.
Anyway, so but the majority of stuff we do here in the man cave is reclaimed. In fact, if you look behind us, behind Vince. Okay, so I talked about these. This is old cedar siding that we took off that house we tore down, and we rip it into strips, and I got to clean it up and take the lead paint off.
It was funny when she asked if we wanted any of it.
I was like, dude, I'm taking almost all of it.
If you guys want any of that, feel free. Just bring your own trailer and load it up.
Yeah.
Next day, we got a fucking whole trailer full of shit.
Yeah.
Next day after that, we got a whole fucking trailer full of shit.
Dude. So if you can see right behind Vince, it's not if the intern was any good, he could zoom in on it. But on the shelf, the railing shelf there below Vince,
This one?
yeah, the facing. So that top up there is oak. That is oak plywood. But
These
the
are-
facings on it,
Roof?
those are the studs from the house.
Oh.
See how the kerf marks are on them? The up
Yep.
and down kerf marks?
Yep.
So those are studs, and the bottoms are studs. So the
And
uppers,
that's siding?
that was on the barn. Remember the barn in the back? Those pieces were on the barn in the back. So they were flat board siding versus a lap siding, like a 10-inch lap siding. This was the 10-inch lap siding, the cedar siding. And then underneath it was this maple, which was like anywhere from an inch to an inch and an eighth.
Yeah, it was aluminum siding on top of that shit.
Was it? No, I thought it was
No, it was 3 layers.
Yeah, that's crazy. When we
Aluminum,
opened it up,
wood,
and I'm
wood.
like, holy shit, dude. I'm taking all of that hardwood.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Every one that
beautiful.
was intact, we
Yeah.
ended up
And I found out today,
taking
Rob
away from there.
Yeah.
Rob has a whole bunch of pictures when we initially built this table. So this table, one of the things I love about this table is underneath the table, the mid-ridge of a table. So when you build a boat, there's a center keel that you build, right? There's a center board and then all the ribs come off of it. Well, when I built this table, it was originally a foot taller, and it was a long bar table. You were around when I had it down there. So you would come up and we had stools, tall stools, but the idea was a long bar, you come up and you stand at the bar. You don't necessarily sit at the bar. And then we started doing podcasts with it, so I got the stools and stuff like that. And then when we brought up here, I cut off a foot of it, we lowered it down. But the cool thing about this is there's underneath this table, through the whole center is what I call my keel. Through the center of this whole table is a 12-foot long, 14-inch tall center board that is the center part of this, that everything else is built off of. All these other boards off the top are all built off of it.
And it's got a little shelf in there
I got
so
shelves.
that you can put your 12 gauge on that. Yes, and now it's mounted probably on the wall.
Yeah, we're gonna have
It
to
is
get another 12 gauge just to put on that shelf.
You know, we could just put our AR-15s up there.
I
Well,
like-
mine's a DB-15.
Mine won't fit.
Is yours designated an AR-15 or is it designated a?
I'm pretty sure they're the same model.
Right.
They're
Well, they're all
they're
the
both-
AR-15
No, they're both M400.
M400.
Yeah.
Okay. So mine is but my model is a DB-15,
Yeah.
and yours is a Sig Sauer. What?
M400.
M400. Sig Sauer M400. Yeah.
It's just
So-
technically it's like a signature series.
I can't
Yeah,
wait to
because
shoot
of
them. We
all
just
the
got
attachments.
them this past week, and I can't wait to go shoot them. But we have,
But you know something?
you know,
Your AR-15s are really cool, except there's just nothing for close quarter combat that beats a 12 gauge shotgun. Blow holes. clean through.
Pull it. Oh.
Yeah.
Now give it a sniff. There's not even, you didn't even fire a round. But you can smell that gunpowder.
Oh, yeah.
I got to catch up in chat. I'm not even paying attention. Mr. Mark, the Rottweiler himself, is chiming in over here. We missed you, buddy.
What's
You got to get back to the fucking show. He said it wouldn't be. Read that, Vince. I can't fucking
We
read.
wouldn't be in this fucking position if fucking Biden pre-deployed troops and NATO was activated early. The people of the Ukraine amaze me, and their president is a fucking hero,
Yeah.
aka Wild Bill.
Yeah.
He is a total
Toolbox.
It's a total toolbox. Sanctions should be to nut smashing.
Well,
What?
Sanctions should be too nut smashing rough.
To nut smashing.
We love you, Mark, buddy. We miss you.
good that you got
like, share, subscribe.
Who's that? It was a governor of one of the states in Ukraine, or maybe he was a mayor, who is a world-class boxer.
In
And
Ukraine?
Yeah, and they were asking people to stand down and reach. He's like, "Don't
Fuck
fucking
you.
way."
Go fuck yourself.
He's suiting up. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm a one-man freaking army. I'm
Right.
going
Yeah.
in.
Taking off the gloves.
I mean,
Yeah.
Putin's a beast too, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
No,
You know, that's a whole convoluted thing. Here's the thing. From what I've understood, I don't know how much you've seen. What I understand of the Ukraine situation right now is that NATO came in and said to Ukraine, "We're going to take you over." Through
Yeah, you're gonna be
be a vassal state of the UN.
You're gonna be the UN and
And NATO.
absorbed by the EU.
Okay. And Putin said, "Don't do that. They're our fucking neighbor. They're a sovereign country." There's this fucking speech of Putin on there.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't bring in fucking armory and shit into Ukraine.
Yeah.
That's an act of war against us. And they went, "Nah, fuck you." So Putin goes, "Okay, I'm going to take out all of your aerial, all of your what do you call it?
Air support.
Installations, your air installations." He took out a whole bunch of their stuff so they couldn't attack him, right?
Airfields.
And then he's come out, and then he immediately came out and said, "Look, we're not trying to take over Ukraine. We're trying to prevent Ukraine from becoming a NATO-positioned country on our border that could attack us at some point." He said, "I don't want to own Ukraine, even though that is the foundation of the Russian people. Is where the Russian people come from, is Ukraine. So I'm not backing. I'm not backing Putin." But at the same time, there's more to this dynamic than just Putin going in and invading. He hasn't fucking invaded.
And everyone knows if Trump was still in office,
It wouldn't have fucking happened in the first
wouldn't be
place.
happening. We would be. It would be the next Renaissance already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And,
Mr.
and
Mark-
Russia would have joined in with us.
Yeah.
Mark says, "Same here. He misses us." And he says, "Fucking."
Let's go, Brandon.
Fucking Brandon. Yeah. So we've got Mark. I don't know if you tuned in at the beginning of the show, but we got our.
We gotta get the table shot going down here. So
shot.
just for Mark, only for you, Mark.
Yeah, only for you, Mark. Let's
he
go, Brandon. There it is, buddy.
it is. Yep.
Here, Patrick, take my
Says
the
fuck
Let's
Joe
Go Brandon
Biden.
one.
now take my D
But
Serrano down there.
If you want to go a little more crass,
Yeah, a little more crass. There it is.
fuck Joe Biden.
Oh shit! We were dropping off. Patrick, you'll love this. We're dropping off Vince's. Was it yours? Or no, it was the mom turning off the 38 special to me, the little revolver. So we picked up Vince's. He got his.
AR.
Well, I'm trying to give the correct
Sig Sauer.
explanation. He got his Sig Sauer A400 or M400, which is an AR-15 platform, right? It shoots the 5.56. So we just picked that up from Peacemakers, right? But I had the card on me because Mom transferred the 38 special to me, the little revolver, and we drive through Howell. We go to the police, the sheriff's department. We drop it off in the box, and we're driving back, and we get to the dead center of Howell, right? Michigan Avenue and Grand River, and this fucking F-150 or F-250, whatever the fuck it was, drives by with the flag hanging off the back. Fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big black and white flag.
Yeah, perfect. Yep.
It was
Love it.
fucking great, dude.
I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Poland's going to do it, but I understand what you're saying, or Lithuania. But yeah, there's a powder keg going over there. They're definitely trying to hype this up because here's my theory, and I almost called in to InfoWars the other day because I felt like sharing it, but I'll share it on my show.
Just like the weight of this gun.
God,
Doesn't that gun
isn't
just
it gorgeous?
Doesn't it just feel like freedom?
Yeah.
It does.
I mean, it's a
Like,
solid piece.
yeah.
It's a solid gun.
This is freedom right here.
I'm telling you, Patrick,
Solid
when I
weapon.
shot that gun, it was
The name of that gun is Liberty.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, look at that shit. Look at that.
It says, "Don't tread on me," and then it says "Liberty" on this side. Yeah.
I am within a 2 by 1 inch rectangle of all of my shots at, where were we at? 15, 20 feet,
I think we were like 12 yards.
12 yards. That's 36 feet.
Oh, no. Maybe 6 yards.
So that's 18 feet.
Yeah.
Either way, it was further than my range.
Every time I emptied a mag,
You went out further.
I pushed it like,
Yeah.
you know, three
But
more letters.
It was
or
so
numbers.
incredible to do that. So we've talked about it, Patrick. We got it. We've got to go shooting. It was incredible. But I think of this theory that I have is that you need a refill.
Yeah,
Is
but
Tanya still down there?
It's time to re-up, my friend. You look dry and thirsty over there. I mean, parched.
I'm pretty parched, mate.
Are you parched, mate?
I'm parched, bro.
Are you parched, bro? Oh, bro.
I'm pretty.
Would you like a
parched,
chip?
bro.
You want a chip?
No, I don't eat chops.
You don't want a chip?
I only eat plankton.
Only plankton. Could I get a bucket of water, bro?
Would you happen to have a bucket or a hose, bro? I need to get wet ASAP.
Have you seen those? The fucking whale. Dude, we'll show it to you, Patrick. It's awesome. Probably can't play because of a copyright strike or some stupid shit.
Oh, that was YouTube.
It was YouTube. Yeah, YouTube's the one that's fucking copyright strikes people.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that was like 15 years ago on YouTube.
I need a chip, bro. It's a whale that's beached.
Yeah.
And this pelican lands on him, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm beached, bro." He's stuck on the beach.
Yeah.
So it's this fucking New Zealand whale, and he's like, "Oh, I'm beached, bro. Hey, you got a bucket or a hose? I need some water, bro." He's like, "Nope, don't have a bucket or a water, but I got a chip. You want a chip?" He's like, "No, man, I only eat plankton." He's like, "Oh man, you're beached, bro." He's like, "Tell me something I don't know." There's this whole shit, dude. And then a crab walks up, and he's like, "Oh man, you're beached, bro." He's like, "Oh no."
It makes you think
Got
of
a whole fucking series, dude. It's hilarious.
a post that I saw, and it was only something a stoner would do, and it was a dead whale that washed up on the beach in this town, and it was stinking,
Right?
and they didn't know what to do with it. So somebody came up with a brilliant idea.
To blow it up.
Yeah, to put a bunch of TNT underneath one side of it so that it would blow it out into the ocean, right? Well, the problem is that when it blew,
It blew
there
back
were
on the
chunks of blubber that were going
everywhere.
40 miles into town, crushing cars. It was all over the place. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm blown up, bro. I'm beached.
Bro, your heaps beached all over.
My blubber hit a car, bro.
You're beached everywhere, bro.
Everywhere. It's like blood and pepper. It's crushed your car, bro. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that was my left ass cheek.
Shit, we've had too much fun. But getting back to seriousness for just a second.
That's recorded.
It is
It
recorded.
is, that's okay.
I'm beached, bro.
I'm sure our audience needs a little bit of
They
entertainment
do.
on a
We
Saturday
gotta
night.
we gotta have some comedy relief now and then because there's so much shit going on. It's like
Fuck
I
Joe
know.
Biden.
so. Honestly, I think that the whole Ukrainian situation was provoked by the Biden administration. Not that Biden's in command of anything, but the Biden administration, and in particular the UN and NATO. That's what I believe.
Make it nice.
Now, here's the underlying thing: is we're making ice down there. The underlying
Make
thing
my
is
eyes.
that I believe the whole focus of that is to avoid what is occurring in Canada still. Is that they're fomenting a civil war, and what the Biden administration is doing with a lot of the mandates and a lot of the Democratic cities and stuff like that, they're fomenting a civil war. They're provoking people through the bullshit policies that they're doing to take up arms and say, fuck you, we're not going to listen to you. Now we're going to be as peaceful as we possibly can until you push us over the limit. You're going to be the one that pushes us over the limit. And so what I'm looking at this Ukraine situation is it is a distraction. I go back to 9/11. 9/11, I was there on day one. I know the job site I was working on in Clarkston when I'm listening to the radio and the first tower gets hit, and I'm calling home and I'm talking to my first wife and I'm saying, where are the kids? Well, they're all in school. Go get them out of school. And bring them home. And she's like, you think it's that bad? And as I'm on the phone with her, I'm hearing on WJR that the second tower has been hit. I said, go get the kids out of school. This is a fucking attack. I don't know what's going on, but this is a fucking attack. Go get the kids out of school. So at that point, when the government spews out their bullshit and tells you whatever they want you to believe about who's behind it, I for the next 4 or 5 months would sit there with my friends. I had a band at the time, my bandmates. I would sit there and I'm like, they need to turn fucking Iraq into a parking lot. Just don't even go in there with troops. Just fucking nuke it and turn it into a sheet of glass. Okay, that's where my heart was. And I after that I said I was so fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Because when they come out and they said their official story was 19 terrorists and 14 of them were from Saudi Arabia, and I'm like, well, then what did Iraq have to do with this?
Yeah.
Bin Laden's the big boogeyman, and he's up in Afghanistan, and yet you had the Patriot Act written years before this, or at least a year before this. They had it written. How do you sign legislation into days after the attack and act like it was a surprise thing that you just threw it together to combat these terrorists? It was all bullshit. But the key was, the whole key to this was, the attacks on 9/11 rallied the country to come together as a united front. Even Democrats, Republicans, all crossed the aisle and all voted that this was an atrocity, and we all need to band together and put aside partisan politics and come together as a nation and combat this horrible deed that was done to us. Okay? It's not working this time, but that is the attempt that they're doing. Biden is such a disastrous failure. We heard during Trump's speech that his approval ratings are absolutely horrible, the worst in modern presidential polling numbers, and Kamala is even worse.
Well, what are they? I'm curious. That's I heard it was 29%.
I think Kamala was 38, which is worse than Dick Cheney after he shot somebody in the face on a duck hunting contest.
Biden.
Oh yeah.
Kamala's was like 27.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Kamala's was 27, so
Yeah,
Biden's was 38.
I mean, all you have to do is
to look it up.
Look at, 1 minute of her going to supposedly do her job somewhere.
Her cackling or laughing thing.
And she doesn't mention anything about her fucking job. Anything about what she's actually supposed to be doing.
She was appointed the border czar, and then they go, have you been to the border yet? You know what? I haven't even been to, other countries. So she's dude.
Gonna give me a White Claw?
Go give somebody a blowjob.
Bring me a White Claw.
She's good at that. She's
very good at that.
She's
Mr. Graham said, he's asking, do you think Biden is going to call people the American convoy terrorists or something? Absolutely. I think they will do everything they can
are in Canada
to demonize. I'm talking about the American convoy that's coming prior to his state of the Russian.
I think they're going to pull another Jan 6th. I've already seen stuff about National Guard areas in D.C.
Well, they're talking about putting the walls back up. But what do you?
But you got to remember, those National Guard were made to stand down, and they all basically went bankrupt, staying at fucking hotels
Hotels.
on standby.
They made them stay in a fucking parking garage.
Well, yeah, they put him in a parking garage, gave him substandard food, and had him sleeping
Yeah.
on the ground.
They basically lived
Oh, they treated him like garbage.
like shit out there.
And then expected them to defend them. Nancy Pelosi and their ilk are just the most deplorable peoples. You know, I don't
It's,
ever
it's
count
almost
anybody
like
out.
every person they want to help them out.
They
you know,
shit
the
on.
Democrats. They shit on them right before,
Absolutely.
and they're like, "Oh, did you want to help us out now? Did you want to do this for us?"
We're going to send you into war, and when you come back from the war, after you've done our bidding out there, defending our defense contracts and blowing shit up that didn't need to be blown up, in a foreign occupation that our forefathers said do not be involved in foreign entanglements, when you come back, we're going to make sure that you have the worst fucking health care, the worst mental health care. After we've trained you to be a killer
Not only
and then
that,
sent you into a battle where you have
we're gonna make it
PTSD when a
worse.
fucking book gets dropped on a desk, we're going to make sure that you're the most fucked up and unsupported people available, to where the suicide rate among military is second
I'm okay
only
for
to
now.
teenagers during COVID. The governmental COVID excuse lockdown shit. Thank you, dear. Am I right?
Yeah.
Our suicide rate in the military is only eclipsed by the youth
Every aspect.
killing themselves right now
Every
from the
aspect.
lockdowns of being separated from people because they feel isolated and alone.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. Getting back to my theory, I want comments real quick on my theory of the distraction, the Ukraine being a distraction, just like 9/11 or some of these other things that Gulf of Tonkin was not as big of a distraction, but it was a justification. But 9/11 was a distraction to bring the country together, to unify them. It's the Biden administration's weak attempt to try to distract from the bullshit. Tell me.
From his failures.
Absolutely. So what do you think of that theory?
It makes a
I
lot
think
of...
it's very plausible.
It's more implausible. I see it as reality. Traditionally, this country has all rallied behind the incumbent president in wartime. So what better thing for him to do than to create a war, to get everybody to try to rally behind him? But you know what? He's such a fuck up that it ain't going to happen.
The biggest problem we're facing as a nation
is global warming.
is white supremacy.
Oh, it's white supremacy.
Oh, I thought it was global warming.
Well, that's second.
That's the next one.
That's the
That's
next
the next
one.
one.
White-
Yeah, it wasn't. He didn't even say it was COVID.
No.
Yeah, it's white supremacy and global warming.
It's not the thing we lied about for 2 whole years and shut down the entire world over.
Destroyed the fucking economy.
Destroyed possibly the next entire generation of people.
I got buddies. I got cop buddies. One of my cop buddies. He's like, dude, when I was on patrol, I used to love to go to this particular Coney Island in Brighton, and he's like, they're fucking gone. He said, now I know that part of the reason is, they didn't grow the business properly, but at the same time, the shutdown fucked them. Even if they were running he said their food was great, the service was great, the business model was mediocre. Okay, but the business model would have survived if they hadn't been shut down and the corporate fucks been allowed to do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
So, again, it's a matter of, and Trump addressed this, and that's one of the things I wanted to point out was Trump addressed this, and he said, look, if I was president, and you know what I love about, I got to point this out, we'll come back to this point, but I got to deviate just a second, but what I love about Trump, and I observed tonight, and you guys tell me what you think, but I watched him, and there was a number of times where he said, look, if I was president, if I was in there, this shit wouldn't happen. Paraphrasing. He said, this wouldn't have happened. Putin wouldn't have done this. This wouldn't happen. That wouldn't be happening. We wouldn't have open borders. We wouldn't have this. He's like, if I was president.
Thank you.
And I heard from a lot of friends of mine. Thank you, dear. During his
was pretty
active
parched.
presidency. You were parched, bro.
It's pretty
You were
proud.
parched, bro.
Parched?
You were parched, bro.
Yeah, can I add something to
Well, let me-
the whole never mind, I forgot.
Let me finish. Let me finish this. So I heard from a lot of my friends. They were like, they would comment on this. We were having a drink at the pub or whatever, and eating after hockey, and they would say, I just wish he wouldn't be as bombastic as he is and everything like that. And he's very egotistical and all about this. And I go,
Oh, okay. I've
go-
heard it where people go, you know, they'll hear me listening to them on speaker. 'Cause
Right.
I don't give a fuck. You're not telling me what I can and cannot listen to.
Yeah.
Right.
But I've had multiple people, like multiple, like probably 24 people in my lifetime since I've been listening to Alex Jones, since I was 15 years old. They hear it and they're like,
His dad did that. His dad did that.
Yeah.
I was naturally curious.
His dad did that.
I asked you,
His dad did that. His dad was listening. He's like,
who the fuck is this
"Who's
guy?
the fuck is this guy?" I'm like, "Don't use the fuck word. No, go ahead, use the fuck word."
He's talking about
This is Alex Jones.
he's talking about a lot of shit that I researched on a computer in a dark basement until 5 o'clock in the morning.
This is Alex Jones. Continue. After you have a drink, because you parched brew.
Hey, his parts.
He's
He's too
parched, bro.
busy eating plankton all day.
We did have shrimp tonight. That was
did.
good. That was good
we,
stuff.
we had some good, yeah, we didn't even talk about dinner
No,
yet.
it's not Tuesday.
Well, I know
We
that.
didn't give disclaimers. We didn't give food. We'll talk about it in a minute.
But
We,
we always have to talk about dinner. I mean,
That's your thing. I had to move it up to number 2 on the list of announcing who's at the table. I didn't
We
even announce
are-
who's at the
we're
table.
off the
By the
script.
way, for those tuning in right now, this is my brain. I'm Jeremy Scott Gibbs, Patrick Acton, Taylor Vincent Gibbs, and serving us drinks lusciously, Tanya
yeah,
Gibbs.
and our
And that is a
45
1911,
yes,
45
yeah.
caliber.
And there are a couple
And
9
there's a
mils
couple
here.
9 mils on the
Yeah.
table. Yeah.
Just-
There's some AR, some 5.56 NATO rounds.
Yeah.
Not that I fucking care about NATO, but they're NATO rounds. 5.56
and
AR-15
and our
platforms.
old proverbial 12 gauge.
12 gauge.
Yeah.
God, I just, you know what the thing about it is? I just love the smell.
There's just
We got to go shooting that. You haven't gone shooting
just,
that
You
with
just
me.
have too
But-
much
but-
safety and security here. Too much.
The smell.
You don't need all this
You can smell it.
safety and security.
Vince, smell the fucking, you can
don't
smell
need
that
all this.
powder. Smell that powder right there in the breach.
I'm never gonna refer to this as defense. It's only safety and security, and you have too much of it.
You know what they say at Huron Valley? Check out our wide selection of cordless hole punchers.
I gotta love it. Yeah, that's cool.
But you can smell that gunpowder. I love that smell. You know, Robert Duvall said he loved the smell of napalm in the morning. Well, I love the smell of gunpowder. When we're at the range, I was like, this is great. Anyways,
I'm gonna say
so-
those guys over at Huron Valley.
are fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Are awesome.
you guys rock, dude.
They do. Yeah, shout out to those guys.
So
They're-
how come
in
they're
fact,
not a sponsor? I
They,
mean,
you know what? We're working on it. Because one thing we're going to do is we're going to get their video up, the video of us going there, because we went gun shopping on President's Day, and then we went back. That was Monday. We went back on Thursday. We picked up Vince's Don't Tread. We picked up my my DB15. It's a Diamondback AR-15 platform. So technically it's an M400. And then we went into the range and shot the various handguns. And so we did the videos with them. Absolutely a blast with those guys. They're so personable. They're so great. I remember when everything locked down, they almost immediately, well, like the first time we went in there, within a couple months of the lockdown, they had basically their sign was, "Go fuck yourself." They're like, "Listen, our staff is not going to wear a fucking mask to appease your fear. If you can't handle that, don't come into our store.
Right, yeah.
We're not afraid of an invisible fucking virus." And it's awesome, dude. They've always been awesome. We walked in. I walked in there. You guys will see the video when we post it. But we did a man cave makers video on it.
and then they've got a restaurant in there,
Yeah, Molly Pictures.
and they have a hair salon or a barber shop. In
Tanya
there as
got
well.
her hair cut when we were there on Thursday.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
I was about to get my hair cut, and then I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna let it keep
You
going.
could, so you could, so you
luscious.
could
almost
get a
cut my
haircut.
hair.
Almost.
Just
get a
the
haircut and a
Cut
shave,
my hair.
and then you could go eat breakfast,
It's an incredible place.
and then you could go shoot for half an hour for free,
So I walked in,
and then you
and
could go buy a gun.
Yeah.
so I took a couple. I took a couple
Or buy the
videos.
gun first, and
Or
then
buy a-
you know,
Right.
Any order you like.
Anyway, yeah.
So we're walking in on Monday to go gun shopping, and I take a couple still photos, and I take a couple videos, right? And I'm doing a little thing, and then I walk in the store, and I immediately walk up to the counter, and I said, "Can I see your manager?" And the older guy there standing there, not old, but older, You know, got to be mid-30s or something like that, right?
Okay.
Points-
Old dude.
Points out the 20-something guy.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, well, here, hey, Nick, they need to talk to you. And Nick comes over. He's got to be, what, 25 at best, and he's the floor manager, right?
Yeah.
And then there was Elvis and Gary and a few other people. I think, was her name what's her name? The gal that was there on the Thursday. I think she'd be the next youngest. Allison. She's waited on us before.
Yeah.
Anyways, Nick comes over. I said, Nick, we're going to pick up some guns today. It's in honor of President's Day. Fuck Joe Biden. I said, we're here to get some guns. I said, would you mind if we videotaped? He's like, nope, have at it. And so we videotaped the counters. We videotaped everything. And then we did a little, after we purchased all of our firearms that day, I put a camera up there, and I said, you guys ready? And I had all three of them right there, including Elvis's son, so 4. And I said, we're here at Huron Valley Guns, and we're picking up some weapons in honor of President's Day, not the current imposter, but, and they're just fucking loving it, dude. Yeah. And so we went in there Thursday, and they're like, did you guys post that video? We want to see it. We want to see it. And we're like, so we're working on it. Yeah. We're working on it because they're just great, phenomenal guys.
Well, I got, next time you go into the pacemakers, you go in and call me. Let me know. I'd like to join you.
Absolutely, bro. Well, these were during work days, so.
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I work crazy hours, and you know what? I do that because it allows me to say fuck off and die,
right,
and cut out in the middle of the damn day and go just do something I want to do for me.
You're about ready to cut out.
Never thought I would live to see the day that someone got me up early to go buy a gun.
I go over and he's asleep. He's just sawing, and I touch his shoulder, and and I come back and I touch him.
I'm like within a half an hour most of the time.
Yeah.
If I'm getting paid to
and
be there.
I go, Vince, Vicky's ready to go. We got to go pick up guns. You need to get up. Yeah. I go into the other room and I come back. He's up making coffee. I'm like, are you awake yet? He's like, I'm like, yeah, but we're going to get guns, so you're moving. Like, it's the fastest I've seen.
I'm drinking my Turbo Force right now.
I got to change you guys' mindset on this thing, okay? And I'm going to say this again so that you'll remember it. This is my weapon. This is my gun.
Right.
This is for killing. This is for fun.
Well, I tell you what. Both of those are fun.
Yeah.
And that one is incredible because you can pass it around.
Did you get to shoot this one?
I've shot yours before. We shot up at the camp.
Did you shoot it at the range?
I shot up at the camp. Yeah, I've shot yours at the camp. Yeah,
That
you're gonna have to go with us
is
to the
way
fishing
more
trip this year,
accurate
Patrick.
than
You
this
gotta
thing.
make, and we make it the cabin this year instead of camping out. I don't know. I love camping out.
Cabin.
But the cabin's got running water and it's within. We always.
And you got a real commode. You can take a shit.
Well,
it's kind of important in the morning.
The camp. Yeah. The ideal thing is with the camp, we're 7-minute walk.
Yeah.
To the river.
You want to take a shower, you got to walk to the river and fucking.
It's a 7-minute walk to the river.
Submerge yourself
but here's
fully
the thing.
Underwater
That's
because
not
there's a sheet of mosquitoes across the water.
Yeah. So here's the thing: is that river that we're fishing on, or the 2 Mile Creek,
Dude,
hasn't been good.
It's like a force field over top of the water.
Yeah, it's like a hover.
Mosquitoes.
It's a canopy. It's a firmament.
But as soon as you get out, you fucking get covered up immediately.
But the 2 Mile Creek that we camp on hasn't been good for fishing in a long time. I mean, I remember as a kid that my grandpa complained about the last couple of years that we went fishing. And so we've caught a few fish there. But when we went on the, what was that, the Cisco Branch? Before the waterfalls, going along the thing. Yep. Dean and I walked in the last day.
Adam.
Huh? No, Dean and I
Dean.
Yeah, we walked
you said
in.
Ian.
No, Dean and I walked in the last day. And I'm telling you what, this was the last day. We were like, it had been inclement weather, overcast, all sorts of shit. And we finally walked in through the woods. And we have our compasses and stuff, and we knew we were going. Because at a certain point, there's good phone service up there in a lot of spots, but then you get to certain points and your phones don't work. So using your GPS on your phone. But we knew we were going, so we walked in, followed our compass headings. We get to the river, and we start fishing downstream, right? And the fish in the freezer right now are what we caught that day. I mean, we nailed. I got a 14, a 12, a 10, and a 9.
There's some
Dean got a
beautiful
13.
fish up there.
Just
Some
gorgeous.
trout.
A lot of browns, but I think I got one rainbow.
Yeah, there's rainbow trout.
But that was on the regular river where you just drive up and park, and then you get out and fish, and then you fish a stretch, and then you come back, walk to your vehicle. So I'm like, well, why don't we just stay at the fucking cabin? Because I got cabins in town.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
a cabin right at the end of
there's a
that
cabin
road.
you get a week for $500 or something. With 2 queens and running water and all that shit, and I'm like,
Yeah.
well, fuck, we'll just do that, and then we don't have to camp and set up. And the camping and setting up is nice because we like to shoot in the afternoons, and we like to party at the end of the day. But there's so
That
few
one
people.
cabin though, there was like
A fire pit and all
there
that
was
shit?
virtually unlimited acreage around
Yeah.
the entire thing. You know, it was just out on one of these logging trails.
How do you rent the cabin?
Yeah, let's do the cabin. I did not see the video of Joe Biden buying a shotgun. I would think that'd have to be a what do they call that? A deep fake.
Yeah.
Well, he's living by his own example.
You know
of-
what? If you're referring to the one where he says
wait, was it a double barrel
no,
or a
if,
single barrel?
if he's referring to the
Like
one where
single shot.
Yeah.
if
Because
he's
that's what
referring
he wants all
Yeah.
of us to have.
if he's referring to the one where he says, you don't need an AR-15. You
All
just
you
need
need
a
are two
shotgun.
shots.
Just a shotgun.
One of them you fire in the air.
Okay.
Which I'm not going to tell you that's a felony in and of itself.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Whatever law enforcement has, I have the right to have.
Viewers out there, warning shots
Oh, yeah.
are felonies.
Yeah, if law enforcement in my local
In
county
most states.
has
Due
a
to
fucking armored vehicle, I want an armored vehicle.
Due to the expensive cost of ammo these days,
Warning
shots will be racking my gun.
Yeah. Do not.
Or my weapon.
Due to the cost of ammo, do not expect a warning shot.
Yeah, you know what I'd do if I heard that 12 gauge being racked as I'm walking up?
I would stop and turn around.
I would turn around
Yeah.
and try to find the largest tree to get behind.
It has a very distinct sound.
We have
Especially when you're racking. I can tell the difference between dry racking this 12 gauge and if it actually is putting a round into the chamber.
yeah, and it's a fun
Yeah.
gun to shoot.
Yeah.
We've shot it. We've
Give
shot
you
it several times.
Some ASMR.
We've shot it several times up in the fishing camp in the UP, and it's fucking incredible. That's nice.
Or you want to hear the reset?
No, I wanted you to turn it just a hair away from Patrick.
All right, listen to the trigger reset. Ready? That's a shot. Now listen for the reset.
I'm listening.
Didn't even hear it.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not here. But yeah, that's some of the things we do. So we're gonna
You know
go.
what the thing I like about this one
Huh?
is you just push this down.
Yeah. Oh, I know, dude. That's
Boom.
one of the things I liked about this one. So I got it, and I'm like, dude, it's fucking incredible. So it's got the dual trigger, right? So you know, and it's there, right? But check this shit out. I've had a few drinks.
Oh, you know that's not proper gun etiquette.
I'm like-
I don't think.
We're probably gonna get banned now on fucking
Jeff,
YouTube,
you think,
dude.
you
We
think
just,
YouTube's gonna allow all this
we're gonna-
gun etiquette?
They're gonna fucking ban
on
us on
YouTube?
YouTube, dude. Oh, you fucker.
What a sloppy field strip.
What is a sloppy field strip? I've had it.
He's on the spot. Give him some credit.
It's caught on the pin. God bless me. Fucking A.
Yeah, you know this one. This one has, I think,
Never sober moment.
25 total mechanical parts
Yeah.
Right.
in this tiny little gun. This one, I think, is about 45.
Wow.
But that one's all metal,
Yeah.
and this one's half plastic or half polymer. So, yeah,
Yep.
you want totally mechanical or hybrid?
I'd rather totally mechanical.
Yeah,
I like the simplicity, the weight, and the feel of this 45.
right.
The most powerful
see-
handgun in the world.
That's for you, Mark. You better chime in on that shit. What you gotta ask yourself is, did I fire 6 or 7 rounds? Well, do you feel lucky?
Like Deadpool.
Well,
Someone wasn't
do
counting.
ya? Punk. Punk.
Someone wasn't counting their bullets. Too bad I was.
Or the Last Action Hero. You forgot to load the damn gun. No, I just left one chamber empty.
Got to catch the red eye.
Anyways, so let's get back to some a little bit of serious. So
love
aside
that
from the
movie.
Ukraine, and Trump bashed on that heavily, it was an excellent CPAC speech. He didn't go into the bullshit of the
Vaccine.
How old is
the
Trump?
vaccine stuff. He's 75 years old. I think he's
75.
But here was very encouraging because he said we're going to get Nancy Pelosi out,
And the
and we're going to get the rhinos out, and we're going to
Mitch McConnell.
Yep, and we're going to take back. And the two things he said in that aspect in the 2022 lead me to believe he's really thinking. Now, I don't know what Mar-a-Lago's cutoff line is. As long as Trump files before the cutoff in Mar-a-Lago. Now, I know there's some primaries coming up this next week, right, in some areas of the country. But as long as he files before the cutoff line in Mar-a-Lago, he can run for Congress in Mar-a-Lago. If he runs for Congress in Mar-a-Lago, okay, then he will wipe that out. I know, dude, it's fucking thing down there.
I am the machine.
Down there?
I'll go down. I'm going to re-up my cocktail.
Just shut it off.
I'll be back.
You're going to re-up?
I'll be back.
You'll be back. Is that a threat or a promise?
It's a promise.
Okay, promise.
That is a guarantee.
That's a guarantee. That's another word. Anyways, so I just was very encouraged because, and I said it, you guys were hearing me. I said, I want him to fucking run. I want him to run for Congress in 2020, become Speaker of the House, get elected as Congress and become Speaker of the House. And then, and this is what he said too. He said, we're going to impeach the Biden administration. I don't trust a lot of people to carry that mantle. Trump may, right? But I think Trump would be the number one guy. Now, I don't put on my stock. It's not in Trump I trust, okay? He's just a guy, but he embodies the American ideals. That's what he's proven to me in the years since he announced he was running for president and became president. He's not. He may have a big ego, but it takes a big ego to run a big country.
You know,
But it's always been America first.
The only thing that I needed to know, I tried to vote in 2016, and I wasn't, apparently, for some reason, I wasn't registered. So I couldn't cast my ballot.
Okay.
So I tried to vote for him in 2016,
Okay.
but I was rejected, you know.
Denied.
And they're like, well, you'll have to do it next primary.
Well, if you'd have come across the border illegally, you could have voted.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have had $1,200 a month, too, for free.
Right. And a card from George Soros.
So anyways, I was going to vote for him in 2016,
Correct.
and he was my only choice after I learned he was going to be an American president.
Right. America first. That's all I fucking care about.
That's all that I cared about.
And he said the line again today, and I firmly believe what he's saying, and I know he believes it. He said, he said, I'm going to do this. And the problem is they're coming after you, and they got to go through me to get to you. He's like, they're attacking me, but the problem is they're not trying to attack me. They're trying to attack you.
You know what's amazing? The most amazing thing about Trump, and I'm not going conspiracy theory.
Go conspiracy theory.
Okay.
Just go full blown. Full blown.
But I'm going to relate
No.
Alex Jones
Oh, shit.
and Trump.
Why are you looking there? The camera's over there. Your camera's...
I'm waiting for that comment to pop up, Jeff.
Is Jeff going full blown? Jeff loves us. Jeff's
No,
one
I
of our,
did not see Biden buy a shotgun.
Jeff's our most ardent
I don't believe in fairy tales.
fairy tales. I don't believe in... Oh, dude, how much did we love it? Dude, we
You
all
know,
loved it when Trump was like,
He's got
the
stuff.
Russian collusion and all that everything that they did right there, and it was all
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
All of us, all three
No,
of
he
us were
said-
like,
He said it's a lot of
bullshit.
Bullshit.
It was a lot of bullshit.
But it was.
It was a lot of bullshit.
You know, and Hillary's still walking around. She needs to be in prison.
We got to do it. Have you noticed? Did you notice on the speech tonight? Very few hand signals.
Yeah.
He was very reserved in his hand signals. I think they've gotten him to realize
I caught-
stop throwing up the hand signals. Because like 2 or 3 times he was like and he put his hands back down. They're like, dude, stop doing the hand
I'll say one
signals.
thing about his speech. I caught a couple of times, less than a handful, probably 3 times. Okay, when he
Did the fingers
when he either he had a Freudian slip
right?
or he messed up a word.
What's with
Okay.
the hand signals? I mean,
3 to 5
They
times.
tried to say
I
they were
would
all
say.
fucking either the right wing.
They were saying
conspiracy
the
said it was
OK symbol
Illuminati's,
was racist.
and the leftists said every hand signal they threw up was some kind of fucking racist shit.
yeah.
Continue.
So, yeah, I caught, and I'm sure, as all public speakers do,
Yeah.
you know exactly when you fucked up the speech, but you keep going and
Yeah.
you don't fucking worry about
Exactly.
the fuck up,
Well, you caught the big one. Did you guys catch the big one? When he goes,
He was,
and he said,
and you know one thing I want to say, he was sweating his ass off.
dude, he was glistening.
He was like a fucking bar of gold.
Right.
Just got out of the forge,
It was beautiful. But I spotted the one slip. I don't know
Man,
if this is the one
If
you're
that
referring
guy's
to.
not a fucking shining example of what
Yeah.
everyone in this country
Biden's
needs
only
to be.
sweating because he's taking a shit in his pants.
well, Biden doesn't even answer the damn questions.
Well,
He
he's
gets
got to
up-
fight just to stay alive. Remember that.
Yeah, he's got to stay awake. We're gonna take a lid.
No, he's got to stay alive. Like, oh shit, I'm alive.
But Trump,
still alive.
one of the ones that I caught,
I'm
and
still-
Vince
still
will tell me
breathing.
if it was one you saw, was one of the ones I caught was his when he said, "I'm your president," or he said,
I loved it.
and when he said, "I am," he
He
said,
said, "As your president."
"As your president,"
yeah.
and everybody shouted immediately and cut him off.
Yeah.
And then you
That's when
listen
they
to the
started
rest.
chanting
You
4
listen
more
to the
years.
next 4 or 5 lines after that. What he was trying to say was, "When I was as president, I did this. As president, I did this." But the line came out as, "I'm president," meaning, and everybody in the room took it as, "Yes, you are." He goes, "As your president,
Yeah.
I say this, this, and this," and they all erupted.
Yeah.
And they
You know
took
what
it as,
I
you are
have
claiming
never
that you
seen-
are the legitimate president.
Yeah, and he is.
He
It's-
is.
it's-
But you listen to the next 3, 4 lines of the speech, that wasn't the intent. The intent was, as your president,
This is
I
what
did
I did.
this.
Yes. Right.
Here's my track record.
At the time that
But-
I acted as president,
Correct. But when he
these
said
are
the
the actions
first,
I took.
correct. But the first line that he said came off as, "I'm your president right now," and they all cheered. That was one of the Freudian, not I don't even know a Freudian slip, but the way that it came out
Would that
in a
be
way-
like a misnomer,
I don't know.
a double negative?
Whatever the vernacular would be.
No,
certainly
that'd be a triple positive.
Yeah. There was an intent in his delivery, but his delivery got short.
I think it gave a greater meaning to what he
I watched
overall was trying to say.
Yes, but I watched his expression.
Because
and he
the
smiled.
whole crowd's reaction was, "We want you.
You are our
We
president.
want you. Are the president.
You are the president."
We
And,
are-
and then he continued the next lines of it, and he's like, "Look, when I was the president, I did this. When I was your president, I did this." But his first line was, "I am the president."
I think it was as your president.
He's like, "As your president, I did this," or not even I did this. It was, "As your president, I am doing this," and they all reacted as if he was, if he is the president,
Yeah.
the true president.
when I heard it, like this is what I honestly in my conscience, this is what I heard when he said, "As your president." I heard, this country still sees me as their president.
No doubt about it. He won the election. It was fraudulently
That's what
stolen.
I heard.
Yeah.
You are still my president.
Absolutely.
Fuck this guy.
Yep.
Fuck everyone that runs this guy and pulls all his strings because we know it's all a puppet show. It's all theater.
There's too many people awake in this country for this shit to continue.
That's all they do is distract with every little thing
and I'm not
away from the handful of people that are actually pulling all the strings.
And I'm not talking woke. I'm talking actually awake. Alive and awake.
We're only 8 months away from the midterms.
And we can turn over the entire fucking House of Representatives in a midterm.
If there's more of this underhanded bullshit that's going on around election integrity. If that happens, who knows?
Who knows? But there's a demand.
The Alex Jones folk song was right.
And what I'm wondering is...
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murdering scum running giant death factories, keeping babies alive, and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks.
I'm just wondering if we have this deal at Cobo Hall where they're trying to count.
Oh, that's fucking travesty, dude.
And the Detroit police are barricading the doors if the militia is not going to step up with a mega amount of arms pointed at the Detroit cops and saying, well, we don't want to blow you away, man, but some next grenade's going under your feet.
If they are protecting lawbreakers.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Lawless people.
Then they're communists.
Then why would we follow the laws that they have put in place?
All right, you ready? You ready for it?
I'm ready.
So here it is. The paradigm of absolute control. And that's
Fuck
why we're
yeah.
out here doing simple things, pointing out
my
that
super-
this
this
is a super deluxe one.
natural, and this is where we find the source that God made to
Yeah,
transcend
the
the New
original.
World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people.
I can sing along this whole fucking thing, dude.
Christian murder scum and giant death factories keeping babies alive. Selling their body parts. What more do you know about these people? I go out and face these scum.
I love it, dude. It's sad shit, but at the same time, it's like...
Green looking sin. And they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man.
Fucking love that guy.
Dude, he's awesome.
She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head.
I love it.
That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur.
Yeah. That's a real man.
I gotta cut to the other one, dude.
Vampire pot and goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice and it's half rising up against us. Millions of innocent people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. Ooh. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so sweet.
Dude, I gotta play the other one. Where's the other one?
And then the police chief did come out and say
Dude,
that.
he said that on literally
He
because
said
of
that,
that.
because he said that.
All right, let me go
He
back.
came out
This
and
is where
said
we
that.
find the source that God made
No, that's
to
not-
transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
Where's the one where he does it? I want to hear the actual song that he gets.
So somebody made that as a hit piece.
They made it as a hit piece, and then
And he said, I love this fucking song. Run it everywhere. Put it all over everything.
So I was gonna play the one where they cut in all of the clips. So they got Obama. He's like, "There's a guy on the radio. Trump's on a show on a regular basis, and says that Hillary and I are demons. That we smell like sulfur. Can you imagine that?" And then it cuts to another lady, and she's like, "I've never been close to another lady who smells that bad. She just smells horrible." You know, and then it cuts to the Somalis, and
I talked to several Secret Service agents,
and they're like, "Dude,
she
she's
is
fucking
the worst smelling woman they've ever
they're just
been
disgusting, dude. It's fucking incredible." So there you go. It's a little fun on a Saturday night. Where else could you be on a Saturday night? Bowling? Fucking boring.
Around. How's that song, Jeff? Is that
Hey,
a
you like
funny
that,
song?
Jeff?
Where's the other? You can't find the other song you're talking about.
No, they probably don't have it because they don't.
Well, again, this is a new
Fake
computer,
news.
so I don't have it all completely set up. But this is, I think I used Bing as the fucking search, but it says it reacts to a song. You gotta help me find it, Vince. No, we gotta get the one that's like 2020. Is this it?
That Joe Rogan one was like, I'm kind of retarded. Joe Rogan just cracks up for like 5 minutes.
The paradigm
No.
of absolute control.
It's not this one. Is this the remix? Oh, God. That's fucking stupid.
No.
You know, if the fucking intern was on his game, he would have anticipated me wanting to have this. Is this it?
I don't want to see him kissing goblins.
No,
Oh,
that's
I
a
like that
different
one too. That one's catchy.
Yeah.
Ingratiating goblins.
Succubus
love
with
with
the
the
goblins.
In love with the goblins.
Dump it. God, it's fucking hilarious.
No, they've been getting really pissed off. All of their anchors have been getting really pissed off lately. It's like every other day or so, one of their anchors, or even all three of them, like some headline will come out and they'll all say "fuck" or "shit."
Oh, on
And they're-
InfoWars?
Yeah. And
Oh,
then they're
dude.
like, all right, just delay that.
Yeah.
All right.
So they have
But they warn the crew. They're like,
They're like,
all right,
look.
I'm about to go off.
right.
So be prepared to delay this shit.
And they get after the people that call in because they can't anticipate when they're going to do stuff, right? Or the crew can't always delay stuff. And they're on what, 300 stations right now, terrestrial stations, as well as all over the internet and everything.
I'd say it's up around 500
We have to check. Anyways,
AM.
either
and
way,
FM.
they're on all these stations that are terrestrial, and the FCC will come after you if you cuss on the thing.
Yeah, but not
Not CNN,
no. I
but
was thinking, what's his face? The other Howard Stern. Not that guy.
well,
He can have fucking
'cause-
live
'cause- no, it's
pornos
'cause he
on
went
his
on-
show.
that's because he went on Sirius XM.
Did
Yeah,
he
he
ever
did used to
infiltrate
be, though.
Bohemian Grove? I don't
No,
think so.
but he would keep his he would. I actually think I didn't listen to Howard Stern a lot. I had friends that like Howard Stern, so I would overhear Howard Stern because I'm not into that fucking morning bullshit. But I think Howard Stern, from the stuff that I did listen to, very little, was much funnier when he had to censor himself. I thought it was much funnier and articulate when he had to come up with different words for different things, you know?
Yeah, like it's way funnier when Alex Jones gets pissed off and he's like, I need to calm down. All right, I'm sorry, folks. He's like, I'd be cussing up a storm right now, but I'm holding back.
Dude, we've seen him on Rogan and on...
But then you have those people that are like,
Who's the
all
other-
right, he needs to calm the fuck down. And I'm like,
Dude.
all right, you just said fuck. What's
Right.
wrong with him getting pissed off, once a week and saying fuck live on the air
my buddy was here last night.
when he runs a professional
Yeah.
news organization?
My buddy was here last night, and he's been my friend. We haven't been in contact up until the last year. like we lost touch for a good 10, 12, 15 years, whatever. But he used to be at our house 2-3 nights a week,
Talking
hanging
about
out. Daryl, yeah.
You know, you put on
And-
Idiocracy because
Yeah.
he reminds me of Luke Wilson.
Right?
He talks
'Cause
just
he's
like him.
He's like, hey, man, are you sure this is the way this should be going, man? Anyways, Daryl was
He's like,
Daryl was
you just
awesome.
pick up the cue ball, dude? Oh, I thought it was an open game, man.
He did, dude. He
He's
was
like, oh, I thought it was open. I thought you scratched.
we're playing Cutthroat last night. You played Cutthroat with us. And he comes over, and I think it was my shot, and, and he comes over and he picks up the cue ball and moves. I goes, "Did you just pick up the cue ball?" And he goes, "Oh man, I thought it was like open game, man." I was like, "Put that fucker back where it was." And he's like, "All right, man, I'm sorry, bro."
I think it was right around this spot right here.
But anyways, I've known Daryl for years. Met him at least 30 years ago, and hard to believe that's gone by. But anyways, we're sitting here talking, and we're talking about religious people. We're talking about these people that, and I said, you know what? It's just come down to this place where we've got some friends that are still pretty religious, and then we've got some other friends that him and I collectively knew over the years that some of them had died, oxy overdoses and shit like that, or heroin or other things like that. And yet we've got this other group of people that are like just still in this extreme religion. And we're talking to them. I'm like, that religious
Mumbo jumbo.
group of people, they just feel fake. They feel so fake.
Mumbo jumbo.
And I'm not saying you have to cuss to be genuine. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is when you act like, oh, brother,
Self-censorship
brother,
is enough.
you shouldn't cuss. And I go,
If
I went for a season of my life where I didn't say the fuck word, the F word out loud. And you know what? I still said it in my heart. And when I got to a certain place was, you know what? I need to be mindful of my environment. I need to be mindful of my environment. Okay? But I'm not going to censor myself. And then when my mom sits here and says,
unless it's respectful,
it's a Saxon
or
word.
honorable to do so.
Yeah.
It means beat against.
Beat against.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know what?
We're beating
I'm going to beat against you.
But at the same time, if
How
you
about
got
fuck
if you
you?
got somebody on the radio saying, fuck, 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 fuck. Everybody needs to just say fuck, 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 fuck.
No, see, that's ridiculous too.
Yeah.
That's overkill. There's balance in everything. Everything you're
But
doing.
I'm saying, like, you determine your own amount of self-censorship.
The amount of fucks that you put out there.
Yeah, the amount of fucks
Yeah.
that you give to other people, willingly and
what's it say?
freely,
What's it say?
out of your own generosity,
I
you
don't
give these
give-
fucks to people.
I don't give a rat's ass 2 shits and 0 fucks. 0 fucks given.
But if you give a fuck
Yeah.
to someone else, you really, most of the time, you would not willingly give that fuck unless it was worth giving it.
Right, because otherwise you wouldn't give a fuck.
Because if some lady was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I took too long on the register. I'm getting my receipt," you wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's fucking all right."
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You'd be like, "Oh, that's fine."
Oh, wait, here's that one, Vince.
No big deal.
Look,
I got
here's the
another
fun.
2 seconds.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded. Meaning that- No. That's gonna be a soundbite. They're gonna put that to mariachi music.
Fucking Rogan's under the table. Look, I'm kind of retarded. Rogan falls under the table. He's gone. They cut back to
fell on the ground.
They cut back to his microphone. He's missing. Look. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm kind of retarded.
We have lost contact with the host of the show.
And then
Mariachi music.
What's his name?
Danny.
No. The second guy.
Yeah, isn't it the fucking UFC guy?
Yeah. The fuck's his name? I can see his face. I hate it when I can see people's face and I can't remember their name.
It's the UFC guy.
He talked about me the other day. Fuck. Anyways,
That's his name. Fuck.
Maybe it'll be in the credits.
it'll be in the credits.
Eddie Bravo.
Eddie Bravo. Yeah, fuck yeah. Eddie Bravo. We like Eddie Bravo. He's a flat earther, you know that? Dangerous shit.
Your glass doesn't runneth over
You are empty.
again.
Mr. Jeff said.
So I got a kick out of this. You know, I
love
go
the
downstairs
tune.
to fill up my glass because it didn't run us over. And when I left, there was a 45 sitting here. And when I come back, it's been replaced by a toy plastic
Hey, you
gun.
know what?
And I'm thinking that my friends feel that maybe I'm like out of control, and that
You've had enough to drink, so you get the toy.
And so
Here.
You get the glow in the dark plastic 45.
I get one round. Yeah.
When the
The toy
45
gun
round,
and the round.
Is
when
that
the
for me to
45
bite
round
on?
has a bigger
You can
diameter.
play with those, Patrick, but you cannot play with these
Right, yeah.
Pew pew pew.
until we're in someone's backyard.
Hey,
Yeah,
man,
we're
these
gonna do
guys
that.
didn't love me. They wouldn't have taken the weapons away from me.
Hey, we do not.
What are you drinking, Patrick?
That's that Sexton single malt Irish
Copper. And the
whiskey.
copper barrels.
You know, it's freaking awesome.
the
You
copper
gave me a bottle of this for my birthday.
I picked
And-
up three
and,
different whiskeys for you that night.
Yeah.
I was in the store and I picked up 3 different things, and I saw that bottle of Sexton, and I put everything else back. And I said, "This is the bottle I'm getting for Patrick,
This
and I
shit's
hope
awesome. It's
I hope he likes it, and you fucking love it." And so I'm you know when you're picking out something for somebody
This is
that
a
you love.
genuine drink. for
You
a
know,
genuine man.
For me, birthdays are an excuse to get you something, because I'll get you something. You know, I get my wife something,
sure,
or get
yep.
you
Hey,
know.
Yeah.
the best gifts are given when they're unexpected.
Exactly.
yeah.
And well, on your birthday, it
'Cause
was
everyone
unexpected,
expects a
even though it
gift
was your
on
birthday.
Right.
occasions.
It was unexpected that, and I was like, "Here," and then you tasted it, and you loved it, and I was like, "Dude, then that's great." So
I believe
But the
I
thing
believe
is
his
that
quote was,
I'm a Scotch guy. I like high-end single malt Scotch, and I like Irish whiskey, but this is really this is like a game changer here. I'm just really enjoying this. This is like the best of both worlds.
So tune in, not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. We're gonna preempt. Well, shit. This coming Tuesday, we're gonna preempt because it's Fat Tuesday, so it'll be tequila. We'll do it on mixed drink night.
So Polish people like tequila? Is that
Wasn't it-
what you're
No,
saying?
no, no. I'm saying
wasn't
no.
it
I'm
Punchki
saying
night?
tequila is normally our first Tuesday.
Yeah, but
We're gonna do a traditional Polish vodka, punchki
there
vodka.
you go. Okay, all right.
On first Tuesday, which would normally be third Tuesday. My calendar, the calendar's all fucked up right now.
But
If
it's,
anyone
it's
brings
Fat Tuesday.
Punchki,
It's
Fat
Punchki
Tuesday.
Day, so we got
I'm going to.
Punchki days,
I'm gonna
we get
make. Check this out. This is
I
a
will
preview
eat
for everybody.
all the
I'm going.
Punchkis.
Punchki Day.
We're gonna have some punchkis here. We'll have them on the table. I'll make
Don't
sure.
Bring them
Punchkis.
because I will eat
They're
them.
fucking. It's not even spelled punchki. Have you tried to spell punchki?
Patchki.
It's
I don't know.
like P-A-Z-C-I-E-A. It's fucking. It's fucked up.
It is.
I mean,
But
that's
it's
where
Polish, man. What do you
Polish
want?
people get their shit.
So, but it is Fat Tuesday next week. That means that I'm good. Thank you. It's followed up by Ash Wednesday and the start of Lent.
Yes.
Yep. And the
What are you
reason that- and
What are you gonna forsake for Lent?
Is it
I
belly?
don't forsake. I add.
Is it belly button?
It's a better thing to do.
I'm
is
not
to-
Catholic, so I'm not involved. But I'm asking.
I grew up Catholic, but there's two.
They're recovering Catholics.
I'm a recovering Catholic.
You know, Grandma Connie's a recovering Catholic.
I got tired of being a guilty doormat. That kind of fits for the Catholics. Yes. Yep. But the concept is that, see, on Fat Tuesday you party your ass off and do whatever you want to do
You'll know they say
because you're going to have Lent and you're going to give everything up and be a good boy for 40 days before Easter rolls in. That's kind of the concept.
You know, I say is Jesus.
But I would
You know,
prefer,
I've got something to say.
You let Patrick finish his fucking point before you load up your nut. Continue, sir.
but
They do it in the movies.
so we
Oh shit, he's got a gun.
we celebrate Fat Tuesday
Yeah.
and do whatever we want and party and carry on. and have a big Mardi Gras. That's the biggest Mardi Gras down in New Orleans. And then on Ash Wednesday, everything's done. We get our ashes on our forehead.
Cigars.
Yeah.
Cubans.
But no, you can. A lot of people get this concept about you're supposed to give something up for Lent. No, you're not always supposed to. You can add things to it.
Okay.
You can say, okay, you know what? For the entire part of Lent, and here's my concept: is that I'm going to be positive. I traditionally am anyway. I try to find the silver lining in everything that happens.
You're very positive. I love you.
But thank you. We all get marrowed down, and I do, into the negativity, especially the shit that's going on today.
I don't have the sound bites ready, but looks like a fucking loser.
Yeah, that's
Joe Biden.
Your computer.
Joe Biden update.
Have those all
Looks like a
loaded up.
fucking
The new
prick.
computer doesn't have all the shit loaded.
Looks like a fucking Nazi.
Yeah. But instead, look at everything from a positive perspective. And,
Yes, sir.
Like looking forward to the midterms that are coming up here in 8
Right.
months.
Right.
And knowing that we are going to turn things around from the perspective of the House and the Senate, and then move forward, getting this country back on
get out and
track,
fucking
because
vote.
we are out of control. This is out of control as to what's happening right now.
Right. Paper,
out and
that was one
vote
of the things
in
Trump
person.
said huge was he said at the end of the speech, he's like, paper ballots. We need to get back to paper ballots.
Yeah.
Paper fucking ballots. And I'll say this, I endorse not only paper ballots but a thumb inking where you get your thumb, you put it in the ink, and you put your thumbprint on the. I don't care if you put it on the ballot, but I would prefer
we
you
all
put it
been
on the
to
ballot,
jail-
and then you walk out. You can't come back in. ID, no ID, I don't fucking care. You got ink on your thumb. You can't walk back into the fucking precinct and vote again.
Yeah. Right.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
But
get rid of all
still-
the fucking boxes.
But still, require an ID.
Well,
Right?
that kind of goes without
Require
saying,
what?
yes, but
Require state issued
Oh,
ID.
absolutely.
But California
Until
and New York,
until we do away with state issued
California and New York
privileges.
have already approved illegal aliens getting driver's licenses. So where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Well, Texas has.
And I will be there day one, as well as you, with a fucking 1,000-mile long shovel to fucking scoop California off into the fucking ocean.
The minute they want to secede, I will clap my hands, pat them on the back, and say,
There you go.
Get
"Have
the
your
fuck on
fucking
down the highway."
Get the fuck down on the highway."
You can take your Fukushima
And the funny
ocean
thing is,
with you.
the funny thing is, it's there. There was a proposal a few years back of breaking California into 5 independent states, and only one of those states would have been the big leftist state. The rest of them were all conservatives. So we can't write them off. When you look at the demographics of the states, it looks bad. When you look at the demographics county by county,
Hey, we could
there's
easily
just,
add 5
it's
stars to the
very
flag.
small.
Yeah.
And these are the ones that fuck you.
These colors don't rhyme.
They don't rhyme?
These colors don't rhyme.
All right. Thank you, dear.
Red, white, and blue.
Thank you.
Colors don't rhyme.
So, Jeff says he loves yeah, you can take those out, honey. Jeff says he loves the Alex Jones animations where he's driving and yelling at with the speaker.
Yeah,
on
he
top
was
of the car.
he was in Scanner Darkly.
Yeah, I think that's
Keanu
what he's
Reeves.
referring to.
Yeah.
Kim says that she's going to be
And
back.
that, what did they call that? What did they call that?
Rotoscope.
Rotoscope. Yeah.
I think Kim's telling a story. She's having way too damn much fun
She's
down
down
there
in
in Florida.
California. I've
I'll
seen
be
She's
home next
been down there
weekend.
for a freaking month, 6 weeks, and she's completely forgotten that
Come on.
Michigan exists and all of her friends up
Kim,
here.
I've seen too many fucking toe pictures in the sand.
That's right, toe pictures.
From
yep.
Florida. I mean, dude, it's not even a picture of Kim. It's a picture of her fucking toes in
yep.
the beach
Yep.
sand.
It's like
going,
saying,
oh, it's awesome.
I'm down
What
here
the
having fun.
fuck?
You guys are up there fucking freezing your asses awesome.
And then she would go,
Hey, you know what?
excuse me.
You know
No,
what?
excuse me.
yeah.
No,
At least
I
I
want to
know I
tell
can
you,
drive in the
it was
snow.
very warm and I enjoyed it. And there was a whole bunch of wonderful people down here. And I had drinks and fun and enjoyed myself.
And
Correct me if I'm wrong,
And
Kim.
excuse me, yes.
That's what she was
Yeah.
She was like,
And we know
you,
that we
you
can
just
drive
didn't
on,
like
a,
Michigan.
on a
No,
snowy,
excuse
icy
me.
road.
Yeah.
I love Michigan, but Florida was better in the winter.
Yeah, I
She
get
earned
that.
it. She's been down there enjoying
I
herself.
get
You
that.
know, my second choice after Florida would be Alaska. Yeah,
In the summer,
in
maybe.
the summer.
That's some dynamic extremes.
Because
You know
it
what
gets hotter in Alaska in the summertime than it does in Michigan.
You know what is really? It's
weird.
not the.
At a certain point.
It's not the temperature in Alaska that's a challenge in the winter. It's the lack of sunlight.
Yeah.
I mean, the sun comes up at 2 in the afternoon and it goes down at 4. Now, on
Maybe
the
take some vitamin fucking D.
other side of the coin in the summer, and I've been there in
But
the
the
summer.
floating ball of plasma
June,
is so close.
End of June, it gets at 2 a.m. It gets dusk, and at 3:30 it's bright and sunny again.
Right.
You know, the sun doesn't go down. It just kind of, if you go up to Juneau, you can watch it skip off the horizon and go back up again. It doesn't
Side
go down.
note, the movie with Al Pacino and Robin Williams is incredible. It's called Insomnia. And Robin Williams is the
Is
straight
it the
guy.
one where he's up in Alaska in that
He's
little
the
cabin?
straight guy, and Al Pacino goes up and he's losing his shit because he's from in the States, the continental states, and he's up there investigating this murder, and he's dealing with like an hour of darkness per day,
Yeah.
and he's like putting up the fucking,
Yeah, like
closing the curtains and doing all sorts of
goes
crazy
to sleep
shit.
at sundown and thinks, you know, when the sun comes back up, it's been 12 hours, 10 hours. You know,
Now it's the end of June.
Right.
I'm in the Kenai Peninsula at a bed and breakfast, and I walk out on this dock. This is this beautiful, pristine lake. The only building on the lake is the B&B I'm staying at.
yeah.
And I'm looking at this lake, and I dive in. My body goes instantly numb. I'm in serious fucking pain.
32
it takes
degrees.
everything I can do to turn around and get back to I'm crawling out of the water onto the dock, and there's a voice up the hill that says, "A little cold, isn't it?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah." And he goes, "Ice just went out yesterday."
Yeah.
Now, where's that located in proximity to?
Kenai Peninsula. It's the peninsula goes down from Alaska. There's Anchorage.
Oh,
and
okay.
you go-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the what do they call that? The
Kenai Fjords and down that area.
The archipelago?
Archipelago. That's the word I was looking for. The A word. Archipelago.
Yeah.
So the archipelago
Ass.
that comes down.
Yeah. So,
Isn't Bear Island in that chain?
And the #1 movie in the nation was called
Ass. Dude. So isn't Bear Island in that chain?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
down there.
Bear Island in there is there was one of the only islands that was ever occupied during the Second World War by the Japanese. Was in that archipelago. Archipelago.
yeah.
Archipelago.
Alaska
was the
is
only
only how many?
very
It's
few
like 300 or 400 miles from
nautical
Japan.
miles. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculously. So they believe that if you go ancestrally, the Native Americans are descendant from the Asiatic,
It'd be like us
because they came
driving
across the
down to
land
Kentucky.
bridge through from Russia through Alaska and came down. That's where the vast majority of when you look at Native Americans, you can see the resemblance to
The
Asians.
Asian, yeah, true. Yeah.
Yep, and then you get the French mixture in there because
I think you sound racist.
They're racist, yep.
Because
French are, yeah.
But you know what the
being
cool
not
thing?
racist
You know
made
what the
me
cool-
think of squinty eyes that made me think that you were racist for thinking
Slant-eyed
that.
fucker.
Oh. You know what the cool thing is though? I'm Polish, so I don't know the fucking difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they have really good aim.
And Patrick has some Irish. You got some Irish, Patrick? So he's
And
just
that's-
angry about the whole fucking thing.
That's
so
why
it
they're
doesn't
really
matter.
Yeah.
they're really good at woodworking because they have the squint safety.
Right?
Yeah.
The squint safety.
Yeah.
Are they really good at swords?
The safety squint.
I threw on Kill Bill the other day, Volume 1.
Yep.
I was like flipping through. I'm looking for something to put on. I threw that on last night, and I hadn't remembered a lot of the stuff of it, and I was like, holy shit! I didn't realize that whole one segment was all anime
Yeah.
with
I
Lucy
didn't
Liu.
either.
I was like, I'm watching it. I'm like,
I was like, have I not fucking seen this before?
what the fuck? I haven't watched this movie in a while. Is this a retro? Is it's like
I was like, this is badass.
was this the Mandela effect? I don't remember this being. Wait a minute. This is
Oh, I've seen this
Animation?
at least 10 times.
fuck. Because I was remembering the fight scene in the club where the three chicks are, the three Japanese chicks, woohoo, woohoo, they're jamming out, right? And there's all this fucking fighting going on, right? And I'm like, I don't remember that shit.
Yeah,
The
fucking
before-
180 psi blood squirts. Fucking
Dude, I remember that, dude. Yeah, they cut off the head and like there's just overtone. It's
and
just
every time the person's like, you know, they got the blue steel face, and there's like, and it's just like fucking like a fire hose.
Dude.
You know, they chop someone's head off.
But see, she chops
fire hose of blood.
The first chick she attacks, she takes her arm off and she's just it's just spewing out of her arm.
She's like,
it ends up like she ends up throwing her down a hill to the hospital and so she can tell everybody what's going.
yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
But part of it makes me wonder.
Watch it, movie.
like,
I'm not giving
is
spoilers.
there really that much pressure built up in your bloodstream? No, there's
Well, but
Tarantino's over.
you chop somebody's head off. I imagine the
No,
heart
it's-
doesn't know that it's dead yet, so
Yeah,
it keeps
so-
on pumping.
It pumps for
It-
a few minutes, but
well,
it
it's
just,
gonna
it's just
it's
like
gonna pour
swoosh,
out. You know,
whoosh.
the,
It doesn't go.
probably
Yeah,
like a
what
fountain.
is it like
Yeah.
4 pounds?
Yeah.
4 pounds of pressure.
What's the?
I don't know,
Well,
so
no. What's the blood pressure?
Yeah, a 180 over a 120 over 80.
Right.
That's normal.
What's that compared to like a
Is that
water
pounds,
hose
though?
PSI?
Yeah.
Nobody tells me that. They go, "What's your blood pressure?" And I go,
Dr. Fauci didn't tell
"No,
me that
it's
shit.
It's the 30 pounds per square inch. I don't fucking know. I'm into construction.
Yeah.
Trust the science.
I am the science. I have never understood 160 over 40. I go, what the fuck does that mean? I want to know in PSI, okay? When I turn the water down there,
All I know
I
is
know what the PSI is.
I put the little thing on my finger, and it was the absolute most optimum spot that I could have been at. And I did it several times at Grandma's house when I was down there.
You did the
We were
finger.
down there. Yeah, me and Tate both did it. We all did it. And she was like, yeah, that's really fucking good. You know? And then she
You're
shows
like-
me hers, and she's like, and this is right where my range is at. And I was like, yeah, that's really fucking good.
You talking about pulse ox? You put it in your finger?
We had the one that goes over the finger, you know, with it has your pulse, and then it has your pressure, and then it has one other thing on it.
It's pulse ox.
Yeah.
Pulse oximetry, which is your oxygenation in your blood. How much oxygen your lungs are actually putting into your bloodstream.
I got locks.
And then we had the one that goes around the wrist.
That's blood pressure.
Yeah.
I got a lot of oxygen. 'cause
Both of those, she was like,
I don't wear masks.
You got plenty of oxygen because you're
I belt it out.
certainly full of hot air.
I'm full of. I fucking talk a lot. Come on.
you know, even
come on.
when I feel good about my lung capacity,
Yeah.
I still want,
More.
dude. I wish I had 1,000 bottles of that lung cleanse.
We
the
found
first
a bottle.
the first time they released that lung cleanse,
That's good shit.
it's like essential oils and extracts that you spray in the back of your throat,
Yeah.
and then you go. And I tried that shit the first time, dude, and it was like immediate. The first inhale,
It opens up your bronchioles.
you get an extra 5% of lung capacity, you know, and then you let it out your nose, nice and slow,
Yeah.
right, and then you just go, and then you're up to 10%.
So when you exhale, is there like a green cloud that comes out?
No, it's only if you're Hillary.
No,
and
it's-
that's clean.
Yeah,
when you inhale,
because he's full of bullshit.
When you inhale, you know how like a menthol cigarette,
Yeah.
you know how that feels when you inhale.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how it is, like because they got peppermint and a bunch of other stuff in it, and it's like, and like your fucking whatever they're called.
You
in
feel
your
like
lungs,
Darth Vader on
you know,
steroids. You're like,
They all you can feel them like widening open.
Capillaries, yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, but the first time I got that,
You
'cause
sound like Darth Vader.
that's what I said. Darth Vader on steroids.
I can directly attest to it because the first time I tried lung cleanse was the only time in my entire life that I took up jogging.
You're like, I
Or
want to
I be-
fucking run.
Or I believe it's jogging
Yogging.
with
Is it
long
yogging?
J.
Well, we do
Long-
go.
Yogging
we go to,
or
we do
or
go to
jogging.
we do go periodically to Target to pick up a few items.
And the yogging pleats.
The yogging.
The vestibules and the pleats of yogging.
Pleats. Are they pleated pants? Oh, it's very nice in the
It's
crotchal
a
region.
pattern in the pleats. I was
Too much information.
just taking them
here.
back to the pants store.
Pantaloons.
Pantaloons.
No, I watched that with Tay, and I was like,
Dude, that
"Oh
you
man,
can't,
should I tell him to cover his?"
you can't watch that with it.
And then I was like,
Fuck
"You know
it.
what? He knows. You know, he's a wise young man."
So, I titled this tonight the Trump speech. I thought my overall take on it was he stayed away from he did not.
He did not mention vaccines.
He did
or
mention.
warp speed or any of that.
He mentioned the China virus.
Yeah, he said.
And he said China's gonna pay for that shit.
China will pay trillions
They're gonna pay for that shit.
for releasing
That shit.
the China virus.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he did not talk about warp speed because he's gotten a ton of flack, and the people that know him, that are in the know, that advise him, said, "Stop fucking saying that. You were advised incorrectly. That was Fauci's bullshit."
I want to say that directly coincides with what I was saying in the beginning. The only reason he came out in favor of the vaccines,
He was trying to save his presidency. I mean,
Well-
what the hell? The damn country was going down the toilet.
well, yeah, that too, but his first term as president,
right.
okay, was taking the eye of the average American and forcing it to open
Right.
and see all this shit that's going on, okay?
It's the
And
iconic video
when he
of
endorsed all the vaccinations and Pfizer and Moderna and J&J and AstraZeneca and all that shit, he was. This is just a theory that I've been meditating on. You know, he was
Bring
supporting
forth the
them.
theory.
He was supporting them
Yeah.
in a way, not entirely,
Well, his
because you can never fully understand something without fully understanding it.
well, we know that his behind the scenes philosophy, the one thing that we
But
do
you
know,
can't fully embrace something without understanding it first.
right. Well, one of the things we do know was that Trump is very tied to advisors. He trusts his advisors. You can't run a multi-billion-dollar
Pat.
company
Get him, Patrick. He's
and
right
not.
behind you.
Is he behind you? Oh, you got it.
Oh, get him!
Put that. Put a 45 on that fucker.
Lay that pistol down.
Oh, here he is down here.
Crush that motherfucker. Yeah.
You can just throw one of these 45 rounds and it'll kill him. It's
I gotta get a
it's
shot.
like
I gotta get a
fucking-
table shot of
that's like a
Patrick fucking
cluster bomb.
stomping that bitch at the wall. Oh, he's a dead fucker.
He's dead. He dead.
Yeah.
Got my size 11 on that baby right there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's some nice embroidery right there.
What do we get a
like
size? 9/11.
Don't,
But
my crotch is right here, man. It's
Yeah,
not-
just-
Hey, I was pointing down.
yeah.
All right, that
And
fucker stinks.
And
You're only-
Tanya's
You're gonna have
down
to,
You're
you have
only
to
gonna lose a
sanitize your
toe.
hands.
I didn't touch it with my hand.
You flicked it up on the table.
I did, didn't I?
Smell your other fingers. Oh yeah.
okay, all
God
right.
damn.
Fucking stink ass bugs. Stench bugs.
I got the trash.
Put him in a bottle of tequila.
There you go.
You know what? They don't put the worm anymore in the tequila bottles. All the tequila we tried on the show.
Well,
Because all the
it's
worms are
because
GMO.
you only get. I have a bottle. I have actually that I brought back from Mexico. It isn't in tequila. It's in mezcal,
Yeah.
Which
and
is-
it's actually a grub.
which is a tequila. But yeah, it's got the little grub. You want me? I'll bring it over. We can suck that baby down.
Is it
And
good?
you know
Have you
those
tried it?
beetle grubs
I have
have
not. I
about
haven't opened
60
it,
grams
so-
You
of
haven't opened it? You
protein.
brought it back from
Mexico.
what brand? Do you know what brand it is?
It's mezcal. I don't know what it. No.
I got a mezcal down there.
Yeah.
The neighbor John brought me back a mezcal from straight from Mexico.
Yeah.
It was a good bottle.
I just need an excuse to crack into it. You know?
Well, here, Patrick, bring it over.
We'll make up an excuse. Gil.
Yeah.
No, that's
Hey,
your excuse,
Patrick.
Dumb fuck.
Bring it
over.
over. Just what the fuck.
Just, hey, bring it over.
Hey, bring it over.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure you know I'm serious. See this microphone right here?
Hey, wait, I gotta do this. Hey, Patrick, bring it over. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. You gotta bring it over, Patrick.
The question is,
I won't eat the grub.
who
unless it's
gets
for
to eat the
survival.
grub on the bottom? That's
Hey,
that's supposed
Isn't
to
it a
be
June bug?
drink-
Is it a June bug?
We drink the juice
Basically.
It looks like a grub.
and we
Looks
save
like a
the
June
grub.
bug, right?
It's like looks like a white grub that you
Right.
find
A
in the
June
ground.
bug grub.
We save that grub until it's needed for survival. But we drink the liquids.
I bet.
You know what? That
Bill
would
Gates
be
would absolutely love us eating grubs.
that would be
But if it's
something
in
actually.
tequila-
that
vacuum
would be
seal
good
it.
to crack into at the cabin up north. That's the concept that I have.
Hey, up there at the cabin, I would
So-
eat that grub.
Yeah.
So we normally do that. What's the first one? Memorial Day.
I would share that. Hey,
That's
you want to
normally when
split
we
a
go.
grub up at the cabin?
Split a grub. Yeah. There you go.
Hey, we saw bears last time.
Bears.
They
we'll
were up
cut
on the
that
mountain.
damn
We'll
grub
cut.
into
We'll
three
cut that
pieces.
fucking.
Hey,
Don't fucking
you don't
do it.
cut the grub with that.
All right.
That fucking expensive.
It's expensive.
Ready?
Oh yeah,
Ready?
the chopping blade. There it is. That's a serious knife right there for chopping. Anyway, that's perfect for the grub.
Let me give the overhead.
Not only do I have that for my left defense, but my
What's your right
right defense
Holy shit.
You see now,
is my primary arm.
you notice these guys have all these weapons, and they're still keeping them away from me. Just
Yeah. Look at this.
Keep it away
Patrick.
from
Look at
the Irish dude.
Look at these.
Because we're
But-
Polish
but
and we don't know what we're
let's
doing.
just put
But
a
you're
little-
Irish and you're angry, so we'll just keep it.
We'll make it defensive, and we'll turn the
I've been-
turn the doorway on this bunker towards us.
Yes, I've been
We'll
called.
put a gun in it.
I've been called Pat the pissed off primate before. Yes, angry.
You've gotten spicy on a few times on the show,
I have. Yes,
but I love you. I fucking love your spice.
Hey,
Dude, one of the most epic rants he ever had was after the show, outside, out the front door, and he's like, "These motherfuckers didn't even fucking look at my fucking chart. The paperwork was sent over. I walked in their office. I go, doctor, did you look at my stuff? And he goes, well, we did this, and here's the protocol record. He goes, that protocol doesn't fucking work for the shit that I'm dealing with. Did you even look at my fucking paperwork? Dude, he was his van's running, warming up. He's ready to go home, and he just went off. And I was like, he got done, and I just let him go. And I was like, Patrick,
well, on that
are you
note,
done? He goes, yeah. I go, do that on the fucking show, dude. That was fucking awesome. That's the passion I'm looking for. That was so genuine and authentic.
and on that note,
Do that shit here.
Yeah. I
And
really-
I
you
want to
have.
bring up for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you listen to Alex Jones?
He doesn't a lot.
No.
He gets feedback from us.
Yeah.
But you do like Newsmax.
Oh yeah, yeah,
we
dude.
have
He's
it.
right in the vein with
Yeah.
us.
So how many times? I don't know. I guess I just thinking about everything is reminding me about all the times that Alex Jones was right.
Except for that song. I can't stand that song.
Years before any of the shit actually happened.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't like, "Oh, I'm a prophet and I'm predicting that this is gonna happen." No, he was like, "What if they do this? What if they
Right.
do this? Then we're gonna have to do this and this and this and this and this, and we're gonna. If we don't do this, we need to stand up right now." That's how he's always been. Right
Yeah,
now,
right.
for 25 years, he's been saying, "Right fucking now is when the time we need to stand up." And 25 years down the line is when people are finally fucking realizing it.
Well, that's the interesting thing about it is Alex always deflects.
Like, how many times does he have to be right
Well, again, Alex deflects.
when
Again,
anyone who knows the truth
Yeah.
does not want to
but that's the thing is
carry the burden of that truth.
that's the thing I was about to say is Alex Jones deflects a lot, okay? Because he knows he's just espousing that stuff. I said shit years ago, all right, amongst a group of friends in private. I wasn't online. I wasn't trying to do a radio broadcast. I wasn't doing. I wasn't doing a big broadcast, okay?
Take your cocktail down and top it off while you're down
You
there.
better tap that.
See, it's a kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're right.
Oh,
You better arm out.
you better arm up, man. You never know who you might run into while you're down there.
You know, bears can. Well, they wouldn't smell you because they smell the menstruation. Better load up. 1911. You don't want to blow a hole in a fucking wall. I'm gonna put a hole in a concrete wall. I'll take the 1911.
Yeah.
Dude, that fucking gun.
Yeah.
Dude, that's incredible. We're gonna go shooting. We've talked about it many times. We gotta fucking do it.
I definitely
Anyways.
want to do that, and I'd really like to pick up a couple more weapons. I'd like to get a nice revolver.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, until they change the laws in this state, we got to get you into
I got to
a
get
CCD.
CPO.
Yeah, we got a CPO, and because the freedom of that, just being just you know what, the confidence. I don't know if it's all confidence, but the relaxation, the peace of mind when you have your firearm on you.
Yeah.
And you're walking around. It doesn't matter where you walk. You walk through the grocery store. You walk through wherever you're at. It just relaxes you
Yeah.
to know that you are. It doesn't. To me, it could be other people have a different thing. It's never put me on the defensive. It's never put me on the fear.
Yeah.
When I am carrying a weapon, concealed, it puts me at a relaxed mode because I know that. One of the magazines that we had with our AR-15, we went and picked up a whole bunch of magazines and loaded them up with 30 rounds of 5.56 in there.
Yeah.
One of them says, "In God we trust."
All others pay cash.
No, it says, "In God we trust." The guns are just backup.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're like, that's the coolest thing is we trust in God, but we've got some backup.
Yeah.
Meaning we have a responsibility in this. We trust the Lord, but we have a responsibility. So when I go around armed, it just relaxes me to know that if push comes to shove, if things happen, I can defend myself. It relaxes you.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing about it for me. I don't know if everybody has that. You know what? I don't think the vast majority of the people that are armed get all worked up about it. I think the people that are armed relax and walk into a place with confidence, knowing that if shit happens, I'm at least prepared to a certain extent. I don't know that everybody would perform admirably. I think of we were talking about because we picked up our AR-15s or M400s. Whatever the designation would be, because an AR-15 is literally a
I think
brand.
it would be AR variant.
AR variant. They're all interchangeable. Look at Bubby dropping off.
Hey, I wanted the big one.
Go get the big one, Bubby. We were talking about Al came over, my oldest son. We got to get him on the show too.
You know what, Patrick? I don't know if you could tell, but that's your side.
Liberty or death.
Okay.
It's fucking
And
incredible.
I am placing loaded magazine
in front of you.
and an empty firearm
What we want to do is
next to each other in front of you.
we're gonna just
Just
start.
in case.
We're just gonna start
because-
putting our weapons on display.
We are trusting in the values instilled in all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Put that back. Well, there is another thing that you can do, and that also gives you a bit of confidence, and that is that if you have a little bit of knowledge of
And training.
training in the martial arts.
Absolutely.
Because there are simple little things
Self-defense
that
is
you
huge.
can do that throws somebody, if they don't expect it or they're not ready for it, and you just put a quick move on them, push them away from you, subdue them, and you can walk away with confidence.
Anything under 17 feet, anybody under 17 feet, you can stab.
Yeah.
That's why Vince and I carry our knives.
Well, it's important to know how to hold that knife and how
Correct.
yeah.
Correct. But one of the things they teach you in self-defense classes and in CCW classes, the concealed carry classes, is that anything if I'm within 17 feet, I can reach you before you have time to pull a weapon and load a round. I can reach you with a knife.
Yeah.
And you got to be aware of that. You think
Yeah,
that just having a gun causes you to be...
Give me your knife.
Which one are you giving? Don't
Either
give him the
one.
big
He
one.
needs the man knife.
Yeah.
That's a huge fucking knife.
Yeah. Okay. What's the proper way to hold this? Is it like that? No. That is not how you hold a knife.
Big thumbs up.
This is how you hold a knife.
Right.
Why? Because now you have 3 weapons in one.
You can punch.
Why is it 3 weapons in one? Because I have the ability to punch, I have ability to slice and stab. So I got 3 weapons in one. If you hold it like this, I'm going to take it away from you. And anybody knows what they're doing is going to be able to take this thing away from you. Okay?
And all they have to do to block you is extend their arm.
No. So,
That's all they have to do to block that.
but if you're holding it like that, not
Yeah.
so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you extend your arm, you're fucking losing 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do some classes here at the Man Cave because
Wasn't I just saying that
you were just...
yesterday? I was like, man, on the way home from Peacemakers, I was like, you know what I've been really thinking about? Self-defense classes, like close quarters combat type shit, you know, where you got a fucking K-bar in your boot.
'Cause you know what?
And that's what it comes down to.
They're
you know?
using Ukraine to distract us from the fact that this country is at a precipice. This country is at a
And
decision point.
nobody brought up. I just want to say this about the convoy. Okay,
Trump said
nobody
we were-
brought up the fact that there was UN troops, at least in the vicinity
arresting people.
of Ottawa. No, there were UN
Right.
vehicles on the ground, armored personnel vehicles.
There's a long and peaceful convoy
But nobody seems to be,
heading towards Ottawa.
really focusing on the fact that it doesn't have to be an inside military force. It
So-
can be any other country that has enough hatred towards America.
Right.
Like, I don't know, maybe the fucking 8 countries in the Middle East that we've been bombing for the last fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
You think those guys don't
Maybe
like
it
us?
could be one of those countries.
Why would those guys not like us? Doesn't make any sense.
I'm not saying anybody's bad for doing what they do, you know?
You do
But
what
that
you
would be
do.
my first bet, is the countries that we've been bombing the shit out of.
Taliban.
Well, it was Trump that said that, there's various countries that just kill people, execute them. And the U.S. is one of those. If you think that we haven't killed people,
Yeah.
you kid yourself.
Right.
What do you think Guantanamo's for?
Torture.
Mexico, they got fucking gallows all over the place,
Right.
you know?
It's amazing how many people
There's
the
entire
government
desert
murders.
wastelands that have been found with thousands of skulls stacked on top of each other,
It's amazing.
just out in the fucking desert.
Here's the word for the show. We've used this word before. Democide. Vince?
Bing, 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 bing. You said the magic word.
Democide. And democide is?
Oh, you said the magic word.
Vince, what's the word democide?
Democide means death by government.
And so 80 million people murdered in China.
China.
40 million people murdered
Mao
in
Zedong.
Russia. 20 million people murdered in Nazi Germany. 2 million people murdered in Laos under Cambodia under the Khmer Rouge, whatever the fuck their name is. 1 million people murdered in Iraq by the U.S. government. That's 1 million civilians fucking murdered.
Yeah, and now we can talk about, okay, the government's been killing people for years. Democide. What do we call big tech companies?
Who suppress knowledge and
Like Google and Amazon and Facebook.
What do do we call that?
Twitter is owned by Facebook.
I loved it when Trump took those guys on tonight.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Dude, his
What do we
speech was
call that,
great.
Yeah.
We call that chat aside.
Chat aside? Chat aside or Texas side or
Or
me?
tech
how
aside.
about
Technicide.
sociacide?
Techno.
Instead of suicide, it's sociacide. Social media suicide. Right? Sociacide? Oh, I didn't get enough likes, so I killed myself.
Hey, I never wanted to move off of MySpace. I fucking love that shit.
MySpace.
You could
Well, you
put your
could put a
own-
bit.
You could do your theme,
You could
your
do-
layout, your how your shit's gonna show up. You know, like what kind of borders around your text, what kind of text you have, the music that plays when people go to your page.
You putting yours on? I'm like, I'm
You know,
I gotta go pee.
everything was customizable by the user,
You customize it for me.
and that's what I look for. You know, like when I play a video game, and I really want to like invest some time into it, I'm looking for all that customizing shit. Like, all right, if I make some money in this game, spend an hour doing that, can I spend an hour pimping out this fucking ride over here? Because that's what I want to do. I want to pimp out this ride and then jump it off the biggest fucking mountain in the game. You know? Why not? It's all imaginary shit, you know?
Yeah. Well, people do that for real, though. That's the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's the next best thing is, you know, doing it in virtual reality.
yeah.
You know, and I mean that I'm totally against the fucking VR headsets, all that shit. You know, like I'm not trying to get fucking sucked into a virtual world where I can't even differentiate between that and reality. You know, I don't want to be stuck in that fucking paradigm. You know, I want to get the real shit done. That changes the real shit.
As it's been said, is life a dream, or is it a dream life? We don't really know. Some people live in a dream world their whole life. Then what's reality? I guess reality is whatever you make it to be.
I think we're closer to, if you take the Matrix, the first Matrix movie, where Neo finds out all the shit that's actually real. You know, human beings were used as batteries for
Holy shit, it's
100
not real.
years by the AI that they invented. You know, 100 years went by, and the fucking AI they invented used them all as batteries.
You think that the world is 1999?
Totally
It's closer.
engulfed the entire world.
2099.
They nuked the fuck out of everything, turned the skies black, because they thought it would take out the AI, because they ran on solar. You know, so they took the human beings, you know, the human race, and used them as batteries. So the whole world is just these huge, you know, fucking 10,000 foot towers with just vats of humans in fucking bathtubs, basically. You know,
Well, we do have
I think that's like the closest metaphor.
we do have an electrical charge about us. I mean, our entire cardiovascular system runs on electrical impulses.
Absolutely.
How many movies have you seen where they say,
And they
you
do
know,
an
the
ECG,
human body
that's
runs
what
on
that
so
is.
many
Yeah.
BTUs of energy?
If you die, they fucking try to shock you back to life.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important. Hey,
10,000
everybody,
volts.
everybody out there, it's so important to get good salt. Do not believe that the lie that sodium is bad for you. Table salt, shit sodium is bad for you,
Some good sea salt.
but get some good sea salt or some good Himalayan sea salt,
Yeah.
okay? Because you need
Himalayan
that salt.
pink still contains iodine.
When there's
trace
many
amounts.
passages in scripture, but there's
what gives
also
it the
study a
pink
little
hue.
little bit about Gandhi, because there was the salt tax and the salt prohibition in India when they were occupied by the British. They were preventing them from going down to the sea and collecting salt, and whether they understood the fullness of it or not, they were preventing people from getting salt from the sea. And one of the marches that Gandhi did was to march down to the sea from whatever city he was in. He marched, it was a long march, to go down to harvest salt. because they understood
Can you
that
pull
salt.
your comments back up?
Yeah, sorry. The salt was so important.
Hey, I went to the smoke shop earlier.
Yeah.
And we got some new subscribers.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
They pulled
Check
it
it
up
out.
right there on the spot, and they were like, "I'm fucking
You know what's funny?
subscribed, bro."
Is the
Cool.
I
chat?
was like, "Fuck
Cool.
yeah, dude!"
Yeah.
What's funny is the
I
chat
was like,
says.
"We're gonna have guns on the table tonight."
The funny thing is, look, the chat says we got 0 people in the chat,
The chat says we
but
got
people
fucking
keep
Ralph
popping up and saying shit.
Elmers.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, whatever.
You fucking bot.
How come
Ralph.
we have 0? I mean, I know.
I don't believe your
Kim
shit.
was
bro.
There
Yeah.
isn't.
Yeah.
No, there is. There's a bunch of people watching,
Yeah.
but it's probably because we have guns.
Yeah.
Everyone who's watching it, say something in the chat.
Say something in the chat.
Anything you
say
want.
hi.
When
just,
you wish
just say hi.
upon a
just
star.
go ahead, say hi. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are, as long as you can inject somebody with experimental vaccine
And wear 10 masks.
that I have stock in. As long
At
as I have
Disneyland.
fucking stock in that vaccine.
You could wear 10 masks at
You could wear 10
Disneyland,
masks.
and I would still not give a fuck.
If you passed out because you're wearing 10 vaccines, that just makes common
10
sense.
Maxines.
10
10 vaccines.
I'm so done with the Maxine.
It's, we should make that into a meme or put it on a T-shirt.
Maxine.
Maxine.
I don't need a Maxine pad.
I'm fully vaccinated against vaccines.
Yeah.
I had a Pelosi edema.
Yeah.
Velociphobia.
Look at it, see? Jeff says he used Redmond salts. I told you, it says 0 on our fucking thing, and there's all these people watching.
Yep.
I'm like,
Thank you, Jeff.
thank you, Jeff.
You get an honorable mention.
You get a gold fucking star in your Facebook account.
Yeah.
How do we do that?
That and 2 bits.
I don't know.
Can
I
we
don't-
physically add a star to his
I have
account?
no idea. I'm speaking
If we
facetiously.
can add a star,
I'm sorry,
man,
Jeff.
why
I've
the fuck aren't we trying that
I've
already?
defrauded you. You're not gonna get an actual
I
star.
want 15 gold stars.
You're gonna get a heart if you're Link and you go through the right stages and find your heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
What was his little
Oz
sound
never-
that he would make when he would swing his sword?
Oz never did give nothing to the Tin Man that he didn't already own.
That's true.
Right?
Very true. Yes.
Dude, that's a great song.
Yep.
Oz didn't ever give nothing to
The Tin Man.
that he didn't already have. Dude, fuck it. There's some great songs out there. Not
Paul's
Neil
got
Young,
one,
fuck you songs.
Yeah.
So speaking of songs, so I started singing the other day. We were band practice, and we started doing "Turn the Page," right? So listen to this. A long and peaceful convoy surrounding outer wall, telling their government ain't gonna take this shit no more. You can think about the tyranny or the mandates you refuse and ignore. That's where I started. I gotta record it or we recorded the song. I need to redub the lyrics.
Yeah.
We're gonna put that shit out there, cause fuck Trudeau.
Yeah.
Love Canada. Stand with the truckers.
And the people.
Stand with the truckers. We stand with you, truckers.
Yeah.
Fuck Trudeau, you little tyrant. Fuck.
Yeah.
Acting like you can dictate to people how they live.
Fidel
Fuck
Castro's son.
you. Right?
Yeah.
I'm nicotine.
Are you hitting this? That's
Yeah, that one's nicotine.
That's nicotine.
Just wanted to see what it's all about.
He's got an oil pen down there.
No.
Somebody left an oil pen and I kept it in the.
It tastes really sweet.
There's the marijuana oil pen.
That's the marijuana.
Yeah, it's frozen
The
peach.
Mary Jane.
Huh?
Frozen peach.
Yeah.
Frozen peach. So I gotta cut back to this. We're gonna get off the chat real quick.
I know Jeff's not our only chat. You fuckers.
Jeff is a great chat. We love Jeff.
Yeah, the rest
So, Infowars, they published this headline: Watch Trump slams Biden and the corrupt Washington establishment at CPAC 2022.
Oh, I fucking loved it.
I fucking loved it. And look at in the corner over there on the page. There's fucking Roger Stone.
Roger Stone did absolutely nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. Talking about X3
And Alex Jones
and
did
X2 and
absolutely
X3.
nothing wrong.
Absolutely nothing wrong.
And Owen Schroyer
Did nothing wrong.
did nothing wrong.
And
Joe Biggs did nothing wrong.
Joe Big, is he still in fucking
He's
jail?
still in fucking jail.
Dude, everybody out there
DC.
listening to us tonight,
Because he was
or in the
because he was
rebroadcast,
in the vicinity of the
pray
Capitol.
for Infowars.
He is still
Pray
in
for
jail.
Joe Biggs. Pray for Roger Stone, Alex Jones, Owen Schroyer. Those are just not even a handful of the people being railroaded by this January 6th committee, and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, fuck Schumer, and Swallows quite well. These guys they're demons. They're demonic people.
They are
who-
demon possessed.
No, I don't even know if there's a soul left in
But
those fucks.
Well, I like to maintain. I mean, through all of my travels, I like to maintain
That there's a redemptive quality in any human being before they die.
There is always a chance for redemption.
I've said that to you for years.
even if it takes,
Hey.
like the movie,
death,
God's Not Dead.
an absolute
the guy
deathbed
takes,
commission.
Yeah, he takes till he gets struck by a car and he's laying in the road,
Right.
about to die,
I get that,
and
and
he confesses.
And you know what? I had a friend of mine years ago, and this was very cool. He was getting to the Lord, and he's hearing the voice of God. And he was he was a prophet, but he was a young prophet, so he's learning. And he's sitting there and he's listening to it's an oil pen. Careful
Well,
with
he
that.
already hit it earlier, and
He's good.
I thought he was gonna cough his ass off, but
No, he's good now. Look at that, like a champ,
he only lightly cackled.
like a pro. wait,
He was
wait.
going up the stairs too, so that
Patrick,
added
like
to
a
it.
boss.
And he only went.
I'm going wall shot, Patrick. I'm going wall shot, Patrick. Look at that smoke rising up above your head, like a boss.
See the
like a
smoke
boss. It's over there.
The fog of war.
Fog of war. What you forget, Alpheus, is that
Can you say something to that
what?
about?
I was trying to finish my point about
It
Brett.
hasn't. We haven't reached pandemonium yet,
No.
but the fog of war aspect of what is all this Russia shit in this, Crimea shit.
Again, what I said.
What does it really mean?
What I said earlier in the show is that
Does it mean inevitable war?
no, war is a. You talked about it a couple weeks ago, last week, whatever it was. You've said it before on the show. I've mentioned it, but it's
Right,
it's
have.
the World War I, the first year of the battle. They came to a Christmas truce.
Yeah.
Where all of the troops stopped fighting, came out of the trenches, and exchanged gifts. Well, the governments
what?
that are
I
backing
feel
that
like
shit were not going to stand
If I was there,
for it.
then I would do the exact same thing.
Absolutely, because you have humanity.
But how do
But
you?
then they
convince
trained that humanity out of you.
Yeah. How do you then convince
What-
everyone?
You know what?
Hey man, you know what?
I titled
Let's just keep this thing that we got.
Tuesday's show "The Trucker Travesty." And why did I title it that? Because what I watched was that Trudeau came in and brought in UN troops and troops from other provinces and just hammered these truckers. Took away their bank accounts, took away their livelihood, took away their trucks, took away everything, right? And it quickly disbanded everybody,
Yeah.
okay? But what you have to realize, the thing you got to take out of that is at no time did they retaliate in any demonstrable way, any tangible way. In no way did they.
Well, they put water in their gas cans,
In their diesel tanks.
so therefore they're terrorists.
So
because
they
they were preventing law enforcement agents
Yeah.
from seizing gasoline
Go fuck yourself.
from unlawful
That's what I say about the law.
demonstrators against the Trudeau regime.
Right. But that's what I'm saying is that these governments want us to come to arms. They want us to come to a physical conflict, because that physical conflict is the fog of war. You lose the intent. I wrote a song recently, and in the song, one of the lines I write at the end of the song is, we forget who caused the genocide and who really instigated the war. We don't realize what's really going on, so let's just start another fight. Let's just start another battle.
Right. Like World War II.
It's like
Who the fuck do you think made all the tanks for the German army? Ford.
well,
I mean, not the tanks, the Jeeps.
there was a lot of armament
They-
going all around.
Yeah, there was, whatever you want to call it, there was money being made on both sides from the very beginning based on how many people were going to be sacrificed.
Well, we know for a damn
Because,
sure.
Well, that's the stated goal. That's why all war exists on the world, is to keep the population.
The Rothschilds
in
were
control.
all about financing both sides of the war because they made money no matter what.
It's not about anything else besides how many human beings can we sacrifice to make this amount of money.
Right. So you talk about the fog of war. The fog of war is, let's create a war. We don't think about who's behind it, who is pushing it, who's profiting from it. That's the biggest thing. Who's profiting from it? All we're thinking about is and that's why we say on the show a lot of times, especially on Tuesdays, we say we salute our troops, we salute our flag, give thanks to our troops. Why? Because we support our troops. I don't support all the shit that you've been told by our corrupt government to go and do to defend some fucking poppy fields.
Right.
And they'll come back and tell you that. That's part of the suicide rate. Is troops coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq and other places that they defended fucking poppy fields.
Yeah.
And they go, the fuck was I doing over there? I was supporting the most corrupt fucking system I could.
Mm-hmm.
But I was trained to do it, so I did it. And now I'm back, and I can't fucking handle it. And I'm angry. And I'm blowing up on my kids, and I'm having PTSD and all sorts of shit. And they end up killing themselves. Highest rate of suicide until the lockdowns was returning veterans.
Yeah.
From these unjust fucking wars. And that's the way the government likes it. The deep state likes it. They like the fact that they kill themselves. Because, listen, if you're not stable enough to keep killing and doing
why
shit.
can't we, we're talking, peaceful prayer and all this. Why not flesh out the deep state and the elites that think they run this program and blow the fucking brains out of those people, okay? Why not tie them to a pole in the town square with some C4 strapped to them with the fake news cameras rolling as we blow their brains completely up into the sky, like the whale I was talking about earlier today. I know it sounds a little far-fetched, but something...
On beach D's, bro.
Beach D's.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%, Patrick. The key to that is that we've got to look at we are a moral people.
Yeah.
You abhor injustice. I abhor injustice. Therefore, even the most diabolical, demonic people, we in our weakest moments would still require a moral platform to adjudicate their crimes against humanity. And that's what I'm saying. That's our Achilles heel, but that's also our deepest strength. It's our deepest weakness. It's our deepest strength is that we would require that those that are the most abhorrent, the most vile among us. Absolutely. I'm going to read that. You can't call yourself peaceful unless you are capable of violence. And if you're not capable of violence, you're not peaceful. You're harmless. That's from the fucking Patriot. Patriot. We watched that the other night. I think we watched that Thursday night.
Yeah.
Vince was like, we got to put something on. So we put that on with Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
And that was amalgamation. There's a number of lines in there that were improvised. There was a number of lines that were in the script. There was a number of lines that were improvised. But that's exactly right. You can't call yourself peaceful if you're not capable of violence.
Right.
If you are not willing to take a life, then you are not truly altruistic to preserve life and to protect life. You know, if you haven't had a deep thought of killing somebody, then sparing somebody is not there.
Right.
You know, I've had a couple instances, not major instances, not something that I don't even want to go into detail.
Yeah,
I've had a
I
couple
got that.
instances in my life where I've had people's hands in my life, or life in my hands. And I had to make a decision. And I knew it was a major decision in that moment to go, is this fucking for real? Do I literally have this person's hand, their life in my hands? And you have to assess. And at that moment, knowing that I had the ultimate power to do something, all of the mercy and grace of God and love of God flooded over me. Now, that's not to say that if I was in a situation tomorrow where I was being attacked, that I wouldn't defend myself, carry concealed, whatever, you know. But what I'm saying is that until you've faced that situation, you really don't know the measure of where you're at. You don't understand the depths of yourself. And that's a big thing to understand, is where we're at. It's until you know that you can be violent, you don't know what peaceful means. One of the things I say is as I say here, is when you come to the man cave, it's a place of peace. You know, it's a very, that's the thing that's noted. Vince had a friend over the other day, came into the man cave, and he said, man, he goes, dude, he was here
Thank you, sir.
he was like, here 2 minutes. Thank you, Vince. He was like, here 2 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it
It
was.
was like the first 15 seconds.
Yeah. And what did he say?
And he said, like, pretty much verbatim, you know, he's
Yes.
like, dude, I just feel like this overwhelming, you know, peace, this presence of peace.
Right.
You know, like, this place is just like, you know, I feel extremely welcome here, you know.
And so I said, well, that was an atmospheric presence. That's something that you establish. That's something you do. You condition the atmosphere. How you condition the atmosphere is also how you live. And what people have to realize is that I can tell you the times. I'm not going to go into it tonight, but I can tell you the times that I have berated or physically, or not physically, verbally assaulted somebody to the point that I put some people into tears. I put people into just a place of such low esteem. I've destroyed people verbally to the point that the Lord, he said to me, I created the world with my words, and you just destroyed that person with yours. Where the fuck are you? And I went, all right. So I've had to assess. Do I speak life into the atmospheres that I am Lord over, that I have authority over, or do I speak something contrary? And so I speak peace over the man cave and over the things that I've been given dominion. And when people walk in, they go, man, I just love being here. And I go, well, I love that you're here, because you know. But it's amazing when I hear people that are not regulars, put it that way, to the atmosphere that will echo the exact sentiment that the Lord has taught me to create, the exact atmosphere that he's taught me to create. And we all need to take authority over our lives and create those atmospheres within our own realms. You know, Not all of us are called to have a man cave where everybody comes and hangs out. Some of us are just called to have our little place, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You got to know your level of influence and atmospheric expanse, presence, you know, atmospheric, what's the word? Atmospheric dissemination. That's not the right word, but atmospheric flow.
Conscience,
Well, I was thinking of a
discernment.
storm cloud, right? And it will say that a high pressure cell is moving the front. You know, there's a high pressure cell front moving in, and you can feel the
Like
change in the
awareness.
atmosphere when the storm could be a day off, but you can feel the change in the atmosphere, and you can know that something's coming. Jesus even talked about that in the scriptures. He said you can look at the sky and you can interpret the signs and know that tomorrow there's going to be a big storm, but you don't know the guy standing in front of you. Seriously, guys, you can't feel this atmospheric pressure in the spirit, but you can feel it in the natural and accurately forecast what's going to happen. Come on, you know.
Yeah, I can read people. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely have the ability to read people, and it's good to be able to do that, because you constantly run into folks that they're stuck in their own world, and they don't understand that when they're talking about whatever, it's offending somebody else. They can't read that. They don't even notice it.
Yeah.
So it's good to be able to see that.
Oblivious.
Yeah.
Oblivious. No, and I've taught for years, church services and teaching series, classes, leadership classes. I've taught for years. I'm like, look, reading people is not a spiritual gift. It's not. It's not a spiritual gift. That's just tuning into what's going on around you. If somebody walks into your environment and they're angry, you should be able, in the natural, just naturally. I mean, it's still a spiritual realm, ethereal realm, but you should be able to pick up on that without any insight from Jesus. The Holy Spirit shouldn't have to knock you on the head and say, that guy's angry. You should just pick up on that shit. I said, and what I taught was the spiritual gifting is knowing how to respond. If somebody comes into your environment with a certain predisposition, whether they're angry or happy or whatever, you should know. The spiritual gifting is knowing how to respond, because the prophetic in particular, but all the spiritual giftings, but the prophetic in particular is to edify, encourage, and comfort. Well, I need to know what edification, encouragement, and comfort looks like to that person in that moment. I need to discern that. That's what discernment is about. Discern, what does it mean to uplift and encourage and comfort that person right now, right at this moment, whether I've had 4 or 5 glasses of Di Serono or I'm sober as you can possibly be. Okay, doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter whether I cuss or not. I've looked at some people and I said, the Lord fucking loves you, and their countenance changed.
Yeah.
And the religious would go, well, you used a cuss word. Well, you know what? You have no fucking idea what it means to encourage then. Because to that person, that word and that sentiment resonated. And it lifted them up. And because you have listened to the FCC about what words are bad, and you've listened to the French terminologies versus this Anglo-Saxon. I'm Anglo-Saxon. Sorry. Fuck, piss, shit. Those are words in my vernacular. I was raised by fucking former mine workers, construction workers, and gravel pit workers. Okay? All right?
Yeah.
Guys who deal with rocks know what it means to pound up against. And you get distracted by those words. I said to the Lord, when at 19, I pierced my ear for the first time. Coming out of a Christian school, it was all very, very, very religious. I wore a jean. It's my first year at the Christian school, 10th grade, right? I'm going to the school, and I'm walking in first day thinking, cool, I'm going to be around a bunch of Christians, and it's going to be great, and it's going to be great. They were the biggest fucking hypocrites. And by my junior year, I was right in with them. We were trying to figure out how many times we could say the word fuck in a sentence and have it make sense grammatically. We were drawing fucking sentence diagrams, okay?
Yeah.
This fucking motherfucking fox, you know, we're just doing all this stuff, right? So we swung so far the other way to be hypocritical, right? When the teacher's looking, they're the picture of just spirituality. And when he looks around, when he turns his back, half the class is flipping him the bird.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Where the? I got kicked off the soccer team for telling one of my buddies to shut the fuck up. They all swore. They all cussed like sailors. But I got caught.
Yeah.
But anyways, my first year, I wore a jean jacket. All right? And I used to make these jackets. So my friends would bring me their jean jackets. Jean jackets in 1987, 88, 89 were very popular, right? You wore a jean jacket, okay?
Shitload of pockets.
Shitloads of pockets, but they were jean jackets. Michael Jackson, they weren't that flamboyant, but we had some jean jackets. And I had this jean jacket and it said Jesus Christ. I painted it on the back. Jesus Christ.
Take a shit.
What?
You got a shit.
Well, we got to end the show. Can you hold it for a minute?
He's been squeezing his turd for about 2 hours.
You've left twice now. Anyways, so I used to do these jean
Grabbing
jackets.
Water, so I couldn't do it earlier.
So I did this one jean jacket,
Go pinch.
and it said King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Okay, that was one of my jean jackets.
That's your. That tower?
That's the tower.
That's the PlayStation.
That's the PlayStation. It's not me.
Fucker's loud.
And I did a couple other ones that were really cool, right? And it was like they just had just different really cool Jesus phrases on them, right? I was 10th grade. 11th grade, I come in. The updated school handbook, jackets made of jean material are no longer allowed on campus. I was the only one with a jean jacket. And mine literally said, Jesus Christ is Lord. And they outlawed it. That's the shit that I was dealing with.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? How about push me into a place where I don't even want to fucking deal with this shit? So I struggled. When I graduated, I was in a much better place. I wasn't struggling. And I said to the Lord, Lord, I'm going to pierce my ears. Right? Whatever reason. I said, Lord, I want an earring. I'm going to pierce my ears. He's like, okay. I said, what do you feel about that? Because my stepdad had said, what are these, fucking guys, he didn't cuss, but he was like, if these guys ever, I see them with an earring, I'll rip it out of their ear. That was his attitude. If he saw a man with an earring, he's going to rip it out of his ear. It's like, whatever. So at 19, I go get my ear pierced. No, I didn't go get my ear pierced. I bought an earring, pierced my own ear, put it in. I'm a man. I fucking do it myself. Anyways, I said to the Lord, what about piercing your ear? He said, if it ever becomes a problem, I'll let you know. That's what he said to me. If it ever becomes a problem, I'll let you know. I went, okay. I watched through my life, Patrick, the handful of times where I saw somebody who could not hear my words because they were staring at my earlobes and couldn't receive the life-giving words that I was giving them because they were distracted by the physicality. It was amazing. I'm watching them and they're just staring at my ears. And I'm like, you're not hearing a word I'm saying. You're hearing me, but you're not hearing me because of my physical appearance to you. Knowing that earrings have always been, throughout history and culture, vast cultures, have never been a bad thing. But because of it, because of the taboos of this society, you have a problem. And it's amazing to me. So the F word, some of these other things have always been very intriguing to me to study, to look at, to examine, to examine my own motives. Why am I doing this? What's my purpose in this? But to realize, you know what? I have to be true to myself. I pierced my ears when I was 19. 30 years later, I have 3 earrings. I love it. I won't turn back. And people can, do what they do.
Well, some people are judgmental, but the old saying goes, "Do not judge unless you want to be judged."
Correct.
So,
Yeah, judge not. Well, you did the American Standard Version. You're exactly right. Judge not lest you be judged.
I can't.
The King James. Because some people can't accept, if it's not the King James. You know what was before the King James? The Gutenberg and the Geneva. So fuck off. And before that was all Latin.
Well, I don't walk in your shoes or anybody else's. I only walk in my own shoes. So the only thing I can judge is myself.
No, I'm messing with you because they'll judge you even for you. You say judge not lest, or don't judge because you'll be judged, and they even go, well, that's they'll criticize the fucking version of the scriptures, the translated version of the scriptures that you're using to judge you.
Yeah.
They don't even accept the words.
Yeah.
Be you hearing and never perceiving. Be hearing but never perceiving. You're hearing the words, but you're not getting it. You're hung up on a bunch of bullshit, and you're not getting the essence of what it's talking about. Oh, he said bullshit. I can't. Just stop. If you don't understand the depths of what it means to love somebody, and to be a man of peace, and to be a man of honor, and it says in James, it says, this is the religion that God holds as true and holy, to look after orphans and widows in their distress. I've done that multiple times. Yeah. I know you have too. You look after orphans and widows in distress. That's the religion that God holds as pure and holy. Now, what is the relationship that God holds? Yeah. And that's what it's about. And what I love about Trump and his speech tonight, we're getting back to that to finish out the show, is that he just kept bringing it back to the individual. That was one of the things he's done from day one. As egotistical and bombastic as his tweets can be, he's always brought it back to the individual and saying, this isn't about me.
Well, he's lost billions of dollars since he's undergone this venture.
Yeah.
And it's never been about enriching himself, unlike the current president and his family.
Or Pelosi or Schumer or any of these other fucks.
No, it's been a major challenge from a perspective of he's been abused, shot at, verbally, whatever, and with this Russian collusion crap, and it's nonstop.
Total bullshit.
Well, yeah, it's been proven.
Proven,
time and
total
over.
bullshit.
And the people that instigated it are still walking around with you, which is a fuck, in my opinion.
Should be arrested right fucking now.
Bang up against. It's a fuck.
It is. No, you're exactly right.
No.
Right.
So, you and I even thought about doing something like that. Our asses. Well, look at what's going on with the people from January 6th.
Even suggesting it.
They were in the fucking area and they're sitting in jail. Come on.
People that were not even in the area have been arrested because they said they organized it.
Yeah.
Let alone people there. Owen Schroyer was in the city, did not go to the Capitol steps. He has been indicted. Yeah. He's having to defend himself. It's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
Roger Stone was at the Capitol on the steps during the Trump speech, went back to his hotel, refused to go to the Capitol, refused to go to the additional activities. He is being attacked. It's fucking, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
And then platforms that we're on, are censoring that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fake news. Fuck you. Fake news.
Well, and Trump addressed that tonight when he said, these social media platforms need to be broken up.
Dismantled all the way across the board.
Yeah.
You don't want to adhere to the true understanding of
The
Section
First Amendment.
2 Well, not only that, yes, First Amendment, absolutely, the public market, but Section 231, okay, you are not a publisher. You are a public platform.
Yep.
There's no independent. There is no independent fucking fact checkers on a open forum.
Right.
You don't have a fucking independent fact checkers.
Right.
What was the meme I saw today? Did you send it to me or Jeff sent it to me? It was Eve, and the serpent is on the tree, and she says, "No, God said if we eat of the." Did you send it?
Yeah.
She said, "If we eat of the fruit, God said we will surely die." And it cuts back to the snake. The bubble cuts back to the snake and says, "Independent fact checkers have found that statement to be false." And that's exactly what it is. These independent fact checkers, fuck checkers, are lying.
Yep.
And they're doing it not because they want the truth out there, but because they want to censor people who oppose their views. This leftist fucking agenda. It's demonic. It's a demonic agenda. Listen, those who want to suppress free speech burn books.
Yep.
And our current concept of burning books is internet censorship. That's exactly what it is. Did you pull it up?
Yeah. Let's see what the hell I had on here.
And we'll wrap up. But it was a great speech by Trump. I thought he attacked most of the things. I do not get offended when he says, you know what, if I was president. You know why? Because that's a confidence that a lot of men lack. You know?
Yeah.
When I stand here, if I go, look, you know what? I've had a lot of help. Well, I've not had a lot of help. I've had some help, some good help. I appreciate all the help that I've had. But I have built the man cave here.
What I was looking for is
this one.
The one from the
John,
Duke.
The Duke.
The Duke.
John Wayne.
Yep.
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. No, I can't because I don't have the new computer logged into Facebook. Read it to us, Patrick.
Now the Duke says, life is tough, but it's tougher when you're stupid.
Exactly. Life is tough.
You know, and there's a lot of stupid people out there today, my friends. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yep. It's beyond ridiculous. Oh, I like this one, too. You know, COVID's on its way out, but then the war's on its way in.
The nuclear missiles are on their way in.
Yeah. No.
We're going to create whatever crisis we need to keep the narrative going so that we can control your life.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
And what John Kerry, his only concern about the war is climate change.
Go fuck yourself.
It's going to mess up the atmosphere with all the bombs and everything going off. He doesn't give a fuck about how many people are dying.
No, he doesn't care.
People
What did Trump say in the speech? Trump said, John Kerry cares about climate change because the temperature may raise 0.001 degrees in the next 100 years.
Yeah.
This is the stupidest fucking thing you could say.
But
What's wrong with your head?
This one here,
John Kerry.
I'm loving.
Go eat some ketchup and fuck yourself.
Kyle Rittenhouse,
Yeah.
he's suing LeBron James.
Not only is he suing LeBron James, but he launched a whole
Battery of lawsuits.
but he launched a whole an organization that is going to hold media and individuals account.
Yeah.
What is it called? Truth in Media or something like that?
Yeah.
And they're going after everybody. They're going to start with the people that vilified him, but they're going to bankroll their lawsuits on the people that attacked him, and they're going to go after all these other fucking people. Yeah. They're like, you don't want to tell the truth? You know, there used to be, they're still in the books, there are laws on truth in advertising. Who's enforcing that shit?
Yeah.
I want to, Lord, give me a bankroll. I will go after these fucks.
Yeah.
You know? I will sue their asses. You're on your TV at night saying that this experimental jab shit, this mRNA poison is safe and effective. The fuck it is. If you actually publish the numbers for this mRNA bullshit It would have been removed from the market last year.
Yeah.
It is not safe and effective.
No.
It is killing people.
Yeah.
And you're covering that shit up. The fuck's wrong with you? And yet there's no truth in advertising. Because I watch them. When I'm watching some show late at night and just trying to relax and just get my mind out of all this stuff we're dealing with and just trying to decompress.
Yeah.
I'll put on something that I've talked about on the show. I'll put on something that's mindless, something that's has some truth in it that I
on the
can.
show, mindless.
Huh?
You said something you talked about on the show, mindless stuff. Mindless.
Well, I'll put on South Park, which has some elements of truth. I'll put on some Family Guy, or something that just is a fucking cartoon that I can just veg out to, right? But doesn't offend my sensibilities. Unless they do a fucking Trump episode, which fucking pisses me off. What do you got?
It's the thing.
History of it. Read it.
History is a lie. Religion is a control system. Money is a hoax. Debt is fiction. Media is manipulation. Government is a corporation. The system is an illusion. You were talking about the Matrix. And the thing about that Matrix movie that sticks in my brain more than anything, just the one image of at the end of the movie, they walk to the end of this hallway and open up this door they're not supposed to open up, and then they pans to the other side of the door, which is a huge bank of lockers, and they're this one little locker looking out into an abyss, whatever.
Right.
It's the Matrix. Life is an illusion, I guess.
It is. It is. Absolutely.
And it's a crazy illusion.
It is a crazy illusion, and what you got to cut through is figuring out the depths of that illusion and finding your center within it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to shatter the illusion. You're not going to destroy the illusion overnight.
And this one, I had to rip the ass of one of my liberal friends that posted this.
You got a libtard?
Man, well, acquaintances, whatever,
What do you got? Read it.
Trump is absolutely to blame for the Russian-Ukraine invasion. Trump decided to withhold the badly needed military aid to Ukraine unless they investigated Biden. Hunter, the country's ability to defend itself is emboldened Putin. It's because of Trump corruption that we have a less capable, less prepared Ukraine. Now, my response to that was, Trump hasn't been in office for over a year, okay?
That's what they fucking put. You sent me that.
Yeah, I did.
I read that earlier.
I did, yeah. And I was just like, I was appalled.
Trump's to blame.
Yeah, Trump's to blame. I was appalled.
So it's the old adage of write two, when you get into office, write two letters. If you get into office as the president of a country, write two letters. And the first letter is I blame my predecessor.
Yeah.
And the second letter is a letter to your successor saying, blame me.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. Hey.
I always thought it was, the course of three letters. And
I heard there was like a Russian adage of blame the first one, and then
the first letter was
write your resignation letter saying blame me.
The first letter was
deny.
Blame your predecessor.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Then after a period of time when things still are fucking up, they ask you to open the second letter, and the second letter says change your staff. So you fire and hire a bunch of people.
Fire everybody, yeah.
Yep.
Or in the case of Stalin, you just take them all to the gulag and shoot their ass.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when you go through a period of time and things are still fucking up, they ask you to open letter number 3. And letter number 3 says write 3 letters.
Right. Resigning.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
That's a good one. No, I agree with that. So, hey, everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. This has been a Trump recap. We didn't go deep into the speech, but we highlighted Trump did a hell of a job tonight.
He did. Well, he went for an hour and, 20 minutes or something?
Something like that. I loved it. He was on time.
Yeah.
You were late. He was on time.
He usually is late.
You rolled in at like 7:05. You're like, he's already going. What the fuck? I was expecting to be here and have a few minutes to relax. You brought in a salad and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm still cooking back here. So.
Right. Well, but, the guy goes for 120, an hour, 20 minutes.
Right.
He's totally off script on his entire, presentation. He's not reading from teleprompters.
I think he's got bullet points on his teleprompters.
He may have that to keep him.
I think that's where I would be.
Sure, yeah, because otherwise.
Sometimes when I do notes for a teaching or something like that, I'll just do. I got bullet points or a scripture that I want to touch, but I don't have notes.
Yeah.
It's not scripted out for me.
Well, I'm comparing that to this lame brained mouth breather that we have in office.
Dude, he can't even call on a fucking reporter to ask him a question without having the reporter's name and the question and the answer already in the fucking teleprompter.
Yeah, right, yeah. So
holy shit.
Yeah.
You can watch his eyes read the teleprompter.
Yeah. And sometimes he just sits there and stares off into oblivion like he's got...
Well, he's shitting himself at that point.
Yeah, he's probably... Yeah, that's true.
The fuck?
Yeah. At any rate, awesome evening. We had a great dinner and followed up with, watching our president.
Our president, the true president.
Give a speech, which
he needs to run for
awesome.
Congress, become speaker,
Mm.
and impeach. He said it on the show. Not that he was running for Congress, but he said Pelosi's done.
Yeah.
And Biden and Kamala need to be going to be impeached.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hoping for him to say, and I'm running for Congress. Mm-hmm. So the minute he runs for Congress and they're impeached, if he's speaker, that's third in line to the White House.
Right, yep.
Once you remove Kamala and Biden, he becomes president. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't, anything under 2 years does not affect his ability to run for a second term.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, dude, just fucking say it. And I don't know what the deadline is in Mar-a-Lago, but it's there. And what I go back to is whether he does that or he just straight up runs in 2024.
Yeah. Well,
the Kim Clement prophecy was that Trump from 2013 or something like that, whatever it was, about Trump. Trump will become a trumpet, is what it was said. Yeah. And it said he will serve 2 terms. Yeah. And there's this whole prophetic word that Kim Clement gave forth. And everything has been fulfilled except for the literal second term of Trump. And so I'm like, it never said, he said it will serve 2 terms. Yeah. It didn't say 8 years, like consecutive. It was 2 terms. Well, I goes, okay. And I was really hopeful in 2020, but they fucking stole it. Yeah. But you know what? I really believe in my heart they had to steal it because it exposed the amount of corruption. One thing that Trump said when he came into office was, "I come to drain the swamp." Yeah. And I do believe he did that beyond expectation. People don't grasp the depths of the.
He exposed a lot.
He exposed so much of the swamp that it's not even quantifiable to see the amount of exposure that he did in the swamp, because we're still seeing it. Yeah. Hillary's the Durham report coming out and exposing Hillary for doing stuff. Yeah. It's like all of these people are being exposed. The there are more people that have had been exposed at CNN for pedophilia than there are viewers of the CNN's fucking channel. Okay, that's a meme going around. It's like there's more people that have been shown to be pedophiles on CNN than people watching CNN. You know, legitimately watching CNN, not paid for to be put on a fucking TV in airports, but watching CNN. So I thought Trump did a phenomenal job in this speech tonight.
Oh yeah, and he always does it. Every speech is every.
Yeah, but he's gotten so close to, you know, he doesn't say we made some mistakes. He says we learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Yeah.
If that's your overall positive mindset, you know, I mean, Edison didn't say we failed 999 times to make a light bulb. He would say we figured out 999 times that it didn't work.
Yeah.
So I understand his terminology. I get that about Trump. But he better fucking learn from this vaccine, because it was not a vaccine. It was fucking failure.
Yeah.
It's poisoned people. It's killed people. And if he got to backtrack. Fauci needs to go to jail, or he needs to be convicted and be executed. And then all the other traitors, Hillary, Pelosi, all these other people need to be held accountable. Any other final thoughts before we wrap it up for tonight?
Yeah, I don't think we want to kill Fauci. I think I'd rather see him in jail for a long period of time where he's getting bent over the lunch table.
That's true. I think he would get in. He'd be in prison for about a day and be diagnosed with some cancer that CIA gave him and fucking be dead within a
You
week.
mean like Epstein, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think, yeah. Epstein committed suicide by hanging himself with a bed sheet in such a way that 3 of the bones in his neck are broken, and only a way that can be broken if you literally push thumbs on the windpipe.
Yeah.
But he hung himself.
Yeah.
Name 3 things that don't hang themselves. And that's when senator or representative said 3 things that don't hang themselves: drywall, Christmas lights, and Jeffrey Epstein. Those are 3 things that don't hang themselves.
Well, he could be right about all 3 of those. That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with that, I think we're good. We're good, Patrick?
We're good. You know, awesome evening. Thanks for, a wonderful Saturday night rant with a nice dinner and CPAC with Donald Trump.
I think he did a hell of a job in the speech tonight.
He did a hell of a job, and I've enjoyed myself. This has been awesome. So for everybody that's been listening in, thank you so much.
Those that tune in later, like, share, and subscribe. Check out Brighton Market. They are one of our sponsors. We're lining up some other sponsors.
Yep.
But like, share, and subscribe. That's how we grow the channel, and we want to get the channel to grow because we love doing this. We love sharing our thoughts and perspectives on this, and we love you guys tuning in. We love the chat. Thanks to everybody tuning in and chat. You guys got to give us more stuff in chat so we can bounce off of it. Sorry when we don't always respond quickly in chat, because sometimes we get into dialogue right here at the table.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of fun. So we'll talk to you guys on Tuesday for the Tuesday night rant. I'm sure we'll have some epic rants to go over on this Tuesday night. Plus, it'll be a Punchki Tuesday.
It's Punchki Day, so we'll be drinking some potato vodka and eating punchkis.
Oh, shit. I'm going to do
pierogies and
I'm going to do pierogies. I'm going to do some kielbasa and some sauerkraut.
No, don't go on, please.
Oh, huh? Yeah. Well, fuck yeah. Whatever we need to do. You know more about Polish than I do. Whatever we need to do. You just send me a memo and I'll fucking do it.
Okay.
You know I know how to cook. Not,
well,
I do okay.
Shit. We always eat good here. You know, it just
We have fun.
Yes, we do.
We had a good meal tonight, right?
Yeah, we did.
We didn't even discuss it. We had stir fry tonight.
It was a seafood stir fry with. I brought King Hawaiian buns, which we didn't even. We forgot about them.
It's fucking awesome. They'll be here.
But the salad went down well.
The salad went down good,
I'm the salad connoisseur now, I guess.
Yeah, you are, dude. You bring salad every week.
Yeah.
The stir fry was great.
Well, that salad keeps you motivated,
Exactly. Gets you some kale, spinach, and lettuce in you.
Yeah.
So with that, we love you guys.
Hey.
Check us out on all of our platforms, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Have a good night.
This is my brain.
Dad, that's an egg.
Yeah, that's an egg.
Honey,
Dude.
that's an egg.
Seriously.
That's an egg.
It's a metaphor.
It's still an egg.
That's an egg.
I would challenge you.
That's an egg.
I know my brain is not actually an egg, okay? It's a metaphor.
Metaphor or not, that's not your brain.
You can clearly see.
It's just an egg.
My egg is my brain.
Can I at least have some bacon, maybe some sausage with that egg, though?
Oh, I want some bacon.
I want crazy.
have some bacon and pancakes with that egg?
I'll take it with cheese.
Extra large brown cage-free eggs.
Cool.
Can I have your brain with hot cakes?
A little sausage and a little toast and potato.
That would be great.
Does it have antibiotics?
I don't know, man. I'm not good at this shit.
Well, they gotta be able to resist some diseases.
You resist the disease.
Has it got any hormones?
Maybe. It's cage free.
Vegetarian?
Maybe.
Are they vegan?
No, I eat steak.
Never apologize and never explain. It's a sign of weakness.
It is a sign of
The Duke, yes.
John Wayne.
Weak.
The Duke.
Weakness.
Never apologize.
Never apologize and never explain.